We're going live soon, folks. Just you wait. It's going to be a great show tonight. We'd love to see you there.
Oh, yeah. So, I was going to come in over to... never mind.
Guys, we know what we're doing. It's the
Oh,
Danger
God.
Podcast. It's Danger Alive, and we're hardly here this time, but here we are.
It just completely distracted me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so howdy, everybody. This is the Danger Podcast. You're home for all things dangerous because even a small split in your cuticle could give you a blood infection and fucking kill you.
Yeah, damn. Got too real too quick, dude. I'm going to have to reflect on some shit after that.
Turn me down just a little bit. There we are. Yeah, it's a little more
You like that?
Yeah, I felt like I was really loud in my own
Felt
head.
overbearing.
So
Here we are, folks. We're alive.
I want to get into this right off the bat because this was something that was tabled because we were gonna go live.
I forget what this argument was.
We were talking about Greta Van Fleet.
Oh, yeah.
and,
This is
okay. So
this is some real world shit. This is shit that's happening in the
for
world today.
anybody who doesn't know, Greta Van Fleet, fairly new band. They sound exactly like Led Zeppelin, fairly old band.
Right.
And it's not that I don't care about their music. I don't think that it's not new. It's nothing. It's literally you could just do covers the whole time.
Yeah, so
It
Matt
would be-
doesn't like Greta Van Fleet.
I think they should have just been a cover band. They should have been another. They could have called themselves 10 Years Gone and something like that. And
And I say, God bless them. I say that they're a perfectly valid band, dude. I think it's fucking impressive as hell. They're a bunch of young ass kids. They're like 20-year-old kids. You know what I mean? Doing
However,
the Led Zeppelin. Yeah, sure, they sound exactly like Led Zeppelin. What's wrong with that? Led Zeppelin was pretty dope.
I don't think that Robert Plant is a big fan of Greta Van Fleet either. I feel like
How could he
I should
not be,
side
though?
with the guy.
How could he not be though?
How could it? What do you mean? How could he not be?
I'm sure because he doesn't do Led Zeppelin anymore.
That's true.
Wouldn't he be happy to pass the baton and like witness his influence on the world? You
Joe,
know what I mean?
Joe, just find Robert Plant talks about Greta Van Fleet. It should be like the first. Yeah, that's exactly the one I'm looking at. I want to know what Robert Plant thinks.
Band in Detroit called Greta Van Fleet.
We should probably talk over that.
He looks like he's just dropped out of a kind of
Well-
beautiful little singer. Very smart.
I've seen them.
Beautiful
Yeah,
little
really,
singer.
Really young.
Yeah.
I've seen him,
I
and
hate him.
he has got such a huge voice. That young fella, the
and he
front man.
borrowed it from
And
somebody I know very well.
here's Led Zeppelin. See,
But I mean, what are you going to do? It's
Have
okay.
do you know?
Okay.
Has he tried
I
to meet
misinterpreted
you?
this.
Has he been-
Maybe I
No,
watched
he's
it when
got
I
a bit of
was
stock.
super
He's a
stoned and I
based his
wasn't
whole style
picking
on
up on
Aerosmith.
Robert Plant's social cues.
Yeah. He loves the kid. That was love in his eyes. He's jealous because he's young.
I just don't get it.
That was definitely love in his eyes.
I would like to get it. I just don't get it. I feel like they put out like Zeppelin B-sides, and that's why I don't care for them. I thought that this was way more heated before. That's why it was tabled, and then we all just calmed the fuck down the time that it took to get back to the show.
Yeah. Nah, man, I think they're doing a good thing. I'm on their side, dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
If they come over here to beat you up, I'm joining in. I'm gonna land a couple kicks. All right.
Okay, thanks.
All right, I have to bring up that we were talking about Greta Van Fleet because somebody, like a neighbor or something,
was
rocking
blasting
out
it,
to
dude.
Greta Van Fleet.
Oh yeah.
It's happening again right now. Same song.
really?
They're listening. It was like half an hour ago. And they're listening to the same song.
Run
again.
it back, dude.
Run it back, dude. Yo, so I do that with songs all the time.
Man,
though.
that was a jam 30 minutes ago.
Yo, weren't we just fucking rocking? Wasn't it rocking a half hour ago? Let's get back to that feeling.
I
Let's
can't.
keep riding that high.
I feel like I have like too bad ADD to fucking just like go back and like want to listen to it again. I need to just keep.
You need to move on.
Bro, I feel like I don't have the same
Do you-
connection with the music that I listen to now. Like,
As opposed to before.
yeah, now that I have Spotify and stuff, and I can just like listen to
Yeah.
whatever I want whenever.
It is pretty different, yeah.
I used to like get an album and then, oh my god,
Listen through it. Yeah.
When I was like 11 or 12, I got Linkin Park's first album, and I listened to that album every day for like 2 years, dude.
Yeah.
And then after that, I got Slipknot's first album, and I listened to that every day for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it is a different listening experience now for sure.
I now most of the time something comes on, I don't even know what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I never know what the fuck I'm listening to. I'm just like, nice.
I've just downloaded so much stuff, or saved it, I guess, on Spotify,
Yeah.
and like I'll just hit random.
Yo, do you listen to the whole songs or do you skip through?
Nah, if it's something I don't want to listen to, I skip it. But most of the time, I listen to the whole song.
Yeah.
I can't. That would be too much. I'd get vertigo, pass out.
If you kept skipping
Just
through.
'cause, yeah.
Yo, some people are like that.
I know.
I know multiple people who are like, listen to like 1 minute of a song and then like skip. You know what
How
I mean?
are you satisfied by that?
I don't know, dude. I
don't
don't know
know.
how that's how you live, but some people are like that. It's amazing.
I bet they jerk off to compilation porn. They can't have anything just be the same for too long.
They just have 100 tabs running and they're just like alt tabbing or control tabbing or whatever it is through all the tabs constantly.
So we were off for a week. How was everything? Did you do anything for Easter?
Yeah,
I don't do nothing for Easter. It ain't my bag.
You didn't do anything?
Nah, I think we stayed at the house.
We went to my uncle's house. He made a bunch of food. I ate it. I probably got drunk and don't really remember it that well. I wasn't driving, so.
I've only drank around my family like a handful of times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I feel like I could hang out with them.
Better if you were drunk?
I don't know better, but like I feel like I could, you know. I feel like there's certain people I shouldn't be around. I feel like my family's not one of them.
Yeah, until you're drunk and you're making bad decisions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll wrestle you, Paul. Wrestle you, Paul, in the front yard. That's probably what that would eventually devolve into. And my dad is like way stronger than me.
Yeah.
My dad's the same height as me, but he's probably got almost 100 pounds on me.
Yeah.
It's just like,
You don't think you'd be able to like be like kind of slippery and
fuck no.
fuck 'em up?
That guy carries telephone poles.
Yeah, all right.
I don't
Yeah,
got
you're a
sh-
bitch
I don't got
compared to
shit on that
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He's a big motherfucker.
You've got good
You know what
clam
though? Growing up
muscles.
with my dad, dude, I'm not afraid of anybody. My dad was the biggest guy I knew my whole life.
Yeah.
And like,
Yo, my dad will fuck you up, son.
but now when I see people occasionally that are like 6'8", 6'9", and they're like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm like, oh shit, that's what a big guy looks like.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't register to me what people like, especially short people. Like, what do you mean you can't grab that? What do you mean your life is weird because you're short?
Oh yeah.
But I just like hit
Dude,
my
I don't
head on shit.
understand. I don't understand short people's lives at all.
Yeah. But then I look at those super big dudes and I'm like, that guy has gotten everything off the top cabinet. Like,
Yeah. Yo, he can reach the ceiling. He can clean the ceiling.
See, if you gotta hide things from tall people in low places,
That's smart. Under the
especially
carpet.
if they're lazy. I'm not bending over for most things, man. I got a bad back too.
Yeah.
And if I stand up too fast, I get fucking lightheaded.
Yep.
Yep. My vision has gone completely black before.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And like,
Gets scary, dude.
yeah, I'm like, is this where I fall over? I'm pretty sure my dad has like had to sit back down. Like,
Oh yeah.
fuck.
It happens to everybody. Low blood sugar or some shit, whatever it is.
I don't know. I think it's more common in tall people. We were talking about it at work the other day, and
Oh,
I was like,
that's probably true.
how many times have you been crouching and then stood up too fast and you felt like you were gonna pass out? And they're like, never. I was like, oh, that makes sense. I think it's because our blood has to.
Get more places.
Yeah, like oh god.
Yo,
I'm all legs. I got a short torso.
are we trending taller as a species?
Currently, yeah.
That's kind of crazy. I would think that we'd trend at this point shorter. I think that maybe soon people are going to start getting shorter.
I think that like the tall I think it comes more down to like instincts and stuff. They look for taller people. It kind of makes
That's
sense that like
true.
shorter people would get phased out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yo,
Joe just says girls want to fuck tall guys.
it's totally
I mean,
true.
it's just like most of the time it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of chicks that fuck short guys, and there's plenty of tall chicks that fuck super short guys.
I think short guys are cute. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a chick and I'm not trying to get fucked by him,
Yeah.
but like, I see a short guy and I'm like, that's adorable.
Yeah, but that's
You
the
know?
thing. It's adorable. Who wants to fuck adorable?
There's gotta be.
Joe's making eyes like
giving the eyes.
even Joe's not even that short. What are you like 5'10", something like that?
I don't remember if I'm 5'10" or 5'8". I think I'm 5'8".
That's not that short, dude.
It's really not that short. That's like average height,
Yeah.
isn't it? That's not below average. I feel. Joe, you know
There's somebody for everybody though.
5'8" and it out here.
5'8".
Joe's getting
That's
married.
pretty
He's
tall.
already fucking locked that mate down. It's fine. Joe, you know what though? I realized something last night. I was in the shower thinking, I was like, James and I are on the Danger Podcast, and we're the two least dangerous people in the whole
We are.
world.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is like get into conflict with people. I don't
Yeah.
want to put my energy in that.
Yeah. That's 5'9". That's average.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
Because isn't it?
Well, Joe's a midget, and we got to treat him as such. Kick him in the pants. He turns into his weight in gold.
Is that what you do to midgets, dude?
Yeah,
You
that's
shouldn't
what
be
happens.
doing that. You
I've
should not
never
be doing
tried
that.
it, but I know that's what happens. It'd
That
be rude. That's why most people aren't fucking rich.
Because they don't have the fucking balls for
Yeah,
it.
they
They don't have
don't-
the guts. They don't have
yeah.
the moxie. They kick a short guy when they need to.
Yeah. They just like a good.
And that's why rich people are assholes.
Yeah.
Makes so much sense. I guess.
a good hoof in the rear. I mean, what's the average midget weigh? Probably a good 100 pounds. What's 100 pounds in gold? $1 bajillion.
I don't think any of that's true.
You just give it to the federal government.
Yeah, no, you got to sell
And
it
they're
to like a.
they're like, here's currency.
What is the price of gold? Yo,
What is the price of gold in Pakistan? That's what I want to know.
in Pakistan?
That was the first search.
Yo, why do they need gold? Same reasons we need gold. What do we use gold for? Cables and shit.
Yeah, there's plenty of things. It's useful. It's super conductive, but also it's shiny. And humans are
And like rings and shit.
stupid monkeys.
And just investing.
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude. I don't know. The world's crazy, isn't it?
Okay, Joe's doing
some
the math here.
calculations, dude. That's intense. We're doing calculations now. This is
So what is that? What is that? $1,200 an ounce for gold? Okay.
an ounce?
$2 million for a
what?
100-pound midget kick.
Yo,
That's not bad, dude.
we can't keep kicking midgets on
I'm
this
just-
show, dude.
I don't know
can't-
what
I
you're
don't-
talking
I don't.
I don't know what you're fucking saying. James is a guy who hates making money. Now,
if that's what I have to do, dude, then yeah,
the
they
issue
don't deserve that.
is moving that 100 pounds. Ideally, you invite that midget over for dinner. And as soon as he walks through the door, you do it. So then the gold's just right there by the door. You can sack it up and
Dude, don't you think you could never get a short person to come over?
They'd
if
be
they'd
way
know.
more-
They'd
well,
be so careful.
nah, way-
They'd
no
be
way.
hiding
They-
everywhere.
Nah,
They'd-
bro, they hide in plain sight. They know about it, but
They're
don't
never
tell.
going to be unsupervised by like their tall dude that has their back, you know?
Look, man, there's plenty of people who just don't know about it because the midgets have kept it such a good secret. Look, man, they're crafty. I understand. Like, and I'm sure he's got an escape plan. Like,
Dude, we'll
He's
never have
probably-
a little person watch the show. They're like, fuck this show
no
to
way.
pieces.
Yeah,
dude.
because we're blowing their spot up, dude. They're gonna have to go underground. They're gonna be mole midgets.
Yo, I'm gonna start like a little person safe haven where no one was ever gonna get kicked. All right, I'm gonna donate to. some
Look, man,
kind
it's
of-
not. I mean, it's not to hurt them.
You're killing them.
It's not. It's not a kill. They're already made of the gold, man. They're sentient.
just fulfilling
they're
their-
sentient gold. Yeah,
Their
that's what
purpose.
they're really. It's really what they're waiting on. But their whole goal in life is to go as long. It's like a high score thing. They're like, I know I'm gonna get kicked in the pants. I go to Valhalla or whatever, midget heaven, and
Yo.
I know I'm blowing your mind.
That's not what's happening.
All right, man. You know,
You're hurting midgets' feelings all over the world,
uh,
and midget sympathizers, which, you know,
Look,
not
man.
to label anything, but I
I'm just not
identify
rude.
as
I'm
a-
just not rude. I just never tried it. That's why I'm not a millionaire.
so you're just talking about it, but you've never kicked a midget, and you don't think you're ever going to.
Nah, man. Because I'm not rude.
Well, good for you then.
Yeah. Don't be rude. Don't be cause you're kicking these midgets, man. I mean,
Still, you're giving advice on how to do it. Though.
I'm just saying, if you invite a midget over and your plan is to kick him in the pants, it's just a swift hoof in the rear. You know what I mean? They're fine, midget heaven and all that. So they've scoped your house out. Probably they know where all your.
So
exits
you
are.
believe in midget heaven,
Fuck yeah.
but do you,
Only midget.
you
heaven.
don't believe in our heaven. There's
and
only-
see, that's see, gets better.
So only midgets go to heaven. Midgets
Om-
and dogs. Midgets and dogs are heaven's full of midgets and dogs, dude. That sounds beautiful, dude. I'd love to go there, but
If heaven's a place, it's full of midgets and dogs,
I believe it. Yeah.
and all of them have saddles.
I can't
Yo,
believe you got
okay.
me saying midgets out here, dude.
Come on, man.
I know there's tons of very, very tiny people who would not like that. They'd be so pissed.
Well,
There's also, I'm sure, cool tiny people who are like, yeah, call us a midget.
yeah,
but
It just, man, you know, I grew up in a different time.
yeah.
What do you want me to call them this whole time? That was
Little people is harder to say.
It
for
is
sure.
definitely hard
Yeah,
to
it's
say.
like it's more work.
I don't know, man. Stop making things so complicated. I'm a simple man.
Well, what were those all those shows? What were they called? They were like, it was like Jersey Shore, but for little people. It was like Little People, Big Town. Or
Oh
something.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like
And then there was like Tiny Women of Atlanta or Tiny Women of Malibu
Tiny
or some shit like
Housewives.
that. Yeah, and yeah,
yeah.
Could you take any more boring people and just like put them on a show together? They're still just regular ass boring people. Why do
Yeah.
they have a show? Because they're tiny.
Because it's a novelty, I guess, and people are like, oh,
Well,
look at
People
that."
make millions off of novelty.
Yeah.
And so I should be able to say whatever I want.
Yeah, no, say what you want. Say what you want.
No.
Kick a midget in the pants. I don't care, dude.
I'm not
Whatever.
encouraging it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, keep encouraging violence on little people, dude.
I-
That's a good
oh,
stance. That's
shit.
that's never
now I'm
gonna,
a hate monger.
Yeah, that's never gonna bite you in the ass, dude. Gain an influence and encourage violence. Yeah, dude, that's a great plan.
Dude, when,
I
when we've
back
been
it.
doing this for 10 years and we're the most well-established podcast in the world.
Yeah,
Everybody listens to everything we say, and then they find episode 4.
and they start kicking.
They're like,
Tiny people.
yo.
Luckily, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, you think? Oh, I was thinking that, like outrage culture at that point is so like up in arms that they just crucify us in the street.
Well,
You
that's
can't say those
possibility
things about
A,
midgets.
and possibility B, if they don't crucify us, is that we influence people we incite violence, and
Yeah.
then we're
People have completely lost their way. Education isn't a thing,
yeah.
and
Well,
they're just like, yeah, I'm convinced midgets go to heaven. So, like, is it really that rude if you send a midget to heaven?
is there no midget hell then? Is that
No.
what you're saying? There's no midget hell.
You could be a bad midget and get into midget heaven if you get kicked in the pants. If you die, if
so
you
wait, if you
know
die
what?
a natural death,
if you die a natural death, you go to midget hell.
so like on their deathbed, they're like, please,
Please,
just kick me in the
you'll
pants.
be a millionaire.
That's oh my god, I can't believe that.
Oh, you can't.
I can't.
Why? I think there's supernatural forces at work on this planet that send all
Yeah.
midgets to heaven.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Nah, man. I don't know, man. Somebody on some other podcast that I watch was talking about like time being infinite, and like there just kind of being time that is like here and there left over from other time, if that makes any.
No, it makes no goddamn sense.
Not at all.
That's
Okay.
fucking bullshit.
So I mean, you
That
know,
dude's gonna have to explain himself to me for that.
if there's energy from a time past, I don't know.
okay,
But I don't
so
I don't
he's
really
saying,
think I believe in any
he's
of
saying that time isn't linear. It's not like
Yeah.
only one moment at a time. It's because like matter isn't created or destroyed, or energy isn't created or destroyed. I should say, I guess.
I think you're almost verbatim what
His
what he
argument
was describing.
Yeah, so it's all already there. It's just yeah. I don't know. That sounds cool.
It just
sweet.
sounds cool,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I've never experienced anything supernatural.
No.
I've always wanted to like get abducted by aliens. I know that sounds like alarming, but it doesn't even sound alarming to me. Like it's just
That's your kink, dude. You know they make alien dildos that you can get if
I'm
you want to get probed by an alien.
yeah. You think I'm not aware of the alien dildos?
No, I know you are. I definitely know you're aware of the alien dildos.
But like for real, just to get abducted and just know for sure. But there's a lot.
I
of
don't know that
people-
they make like a probe style dildo, and I think that's a market that I'm about to hit, like an alien probe style. It's all alien.
We
dicks,
should just
you know?
turn the fucking camera off right now.
Yeah,
and
because
just
this
get
is
to
too good
work.
of an idea.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Whoever's
Don't steal this.
Whoever's watching,
I'm making an alien probe dildo.
I'll
dude.
find you.
It's like No, dude. 'cause
I'll just James. I'll just be your
A
alien
mechanical
dildo
dildo.
bodyguard.
Dude.
Make sure that nobody steals your patent. But anyway, yeah, I would
That's
like to get abducted.
terrifying. Because then if something goes wrong with your product while it's like being used, and you like cut up a woman from the inside, dude, you're gonna get sued so hard.
Oh, you think just women are gonna be using that?
Well, that's just where I started my examples. It could be inside the ass of a man. I don't care.
I think
where
it could be anywhere. I think wherever you want to put that thing once it's yours.
Yeah, mouth,
think you
dude,
should-
ear. I don't care. Nose.
think
hey,
there's
whatever you're into.
A lot of risk you're taking when
Between
you're
the
putting
toes.
just a foreign object with nothing. You're assuming a lot of risk when you put things inside you.
Yeah, dude. Do they have like warning labels on like dildos and stuff like that? Like warning,
May get lost inside you.
like we're not responsible for whatever weird shit you pull with this.
I
you
think
know?
you kind of sign
You sign
your,
a waiver
you
of
sign your own
release.
waiver
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you buy it. It's
Yeah.
just like, look, man, whatever you do as soon as that thing's out of the store,
Yeah.
it's none of my business. I think if they actually started cutting people, yeah, they'd probably get a recall on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But you know,
We can't make like an actual probe style.
No, it's.
I
good.
don't know
Well,
what-
you could make it. You could make it out of silicone. Make the whole thing out of silicone.
Yeah. But how would you like make it seem more like a probe? You know, how would an alien probe?
It's visual.
You know what I mean? It's just visual.
It's all visual. Make it
That's
look
not
really,
enough of a gimmick for me. It has to be more gimmicky. There has to be LED lights at the handle or something. You
Hey,
know
man.
what I mean?
I'm not. I'm sure there's already like glow in the dark dildos and stuff.
Yeah.
I would venture. You remember? I heard recently that like when they started finding out about nuclear power and nuclear energy and radiation and stuff, people thought radiation was the thing of the future and that they should just be around radiation at all times.
Yeah.
They would have like water coolers that were made with like not plutonium, some other radioactive material.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, I got to drink this."
Yeah, I heard somewhere too. It might have been that same thing that was like they would just like they'd radiate shit. It'd be like in cereal and shit. Like they're just like, yeah, let's
Yeah.
fucking eat this shit. They're like, yo, that's cool. Let's fucking eat it.
Why? But we all know better now.
Yeah, well, maybe they were right though. Maybe it'd be better to be a fucking mutant. You know, maybe it'd be good to like stir up a little evolutionary, like mix it up.
It really just like melts your genes. Like,
Well, maybe we
it's
gotta
not
get
that
gene melting, dude.
It's not really that it like It's not really that it like rearranges your DNA and makes you into something else. It like destroys your DNA.
Well, maybe
like,
people-
right on a cellular level, radioactive material, just like
Joe's like, I'm not a fucking
Joe.
radioactive scientist.
I just assume Joe. I assume is like,
He's like an
infinitely
endless-
smarter
yeah.
than us. So like, I always look at Joe and I'm like, right?
Right, Joe? So, it causes acute health effects, skin burns, radiation sickness,
But I think it does.
cellular level on DNA. Ionizing radiation affects living things. So, just a bunch of nonsense, really.
Yeah, but there were people that were like exposed to the radiation when that power plant in Russia, what is that fucking place
Chernobyl?
called? Chernobyl, thank you.
Yeah.
That the guy that was the closest to the actual radioactive material, they brought him to a hospital and he turned into a puddle in his bed.
Is that real?
I'd ask you to I'd ask you, can you show it to us and not the camera, because I feel like that's a little much.
Yeah, we have to tag the stream NSFL.
But you can literally tell that there's like weight to the puddle. It's fucking foul.
Chernobyl puddle, man. Oh. Yo, I don't really want to know. I honestly don't look this up, anybody, and I'm not gonna look.
I didn't.
can
Yeah, I
confirm that
figure.
it's real,
yeah, I
but,
figure. If
yo,
you
but-
if you want, honestly, if you want to find it, you can find it. It's definitely pretty real.
Yeah. But maybe that's what needs to happen, dude.
More people turn into puddle. I agree. I honestly liquidate the entire. human race.
Liquidate them, dude.
Yeah, just
we got
fucking
too many
sell
assets.
all, sell
and we
all
need to
of
start
them.
liquidating.
Honestly,
Yo,
dude,
we're fucking inciting some violence again.
would you? Nah, man, because it's more like that's more like a sale. I would sell us to aliens. If all right, say tomorrow aliens land and they decide who the ambassador to Earth is, and they decide it's me. I'm just gonna be like, you can buy all these humans. That's cool. They're not really.
You're just the first person they see, and they're like, "Yeah, so what's up on this planet?"
I'd
And
be
you're
like-
like, "For sale,
Yeah.
for sale. There's one over there. Yeah, just tie him up. Just tie him up. I've been raising these things years, but yeah, that one's $100. Like, what would wait? They don't have human money. What are you selling the humans for?
Whatever
that
their
one's a
money.
spaceship. That one costs a spaceship. That one costs a planet. If you have a planet laying around that you've conquered or something, you can have that one for a planet. He's funny. You take him home to your mom because he's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm buying
You're-
low,
Yeah.
selling really high, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I want to. I don't know what they could use him for, but I'm getting rid of everybody, and I'm taking this whole planet from me.
You
Everything.
like kick that one in the pants, he turns into gold. It's a great party trick. You should as many of them as you can find. Take them.
I don't know how much gold is worth to you.
Yeah. But it's very conductive. Use it in your cables. I don't know what your technology is like. That's just my suggestion to you. This one's got a library. He'll tell you everything.
You like books? I got a lot of books, man.
Yo, you guys got the internet? You got Wi-Fi? I'll give you my Wi-Fi password.
Yo,
I'll hook you up.
As soon as they abduct me, guys, I'm selling all of you down the river. I don't give a fuck.
Matt wants to get abducted. I thought it was just a kinky thing first, but it's
No.
it's like a power. It's like a money move.
It is.
It's,
Oh God. Oh, and then I'll just be like, look, you can keep them all on this planet. It's a nice little carrying case for all your humans. You gotta just take me with you. I'm outie.
Yeah.
Put me on the Pokemon planet.
That.
I know it's out there. I know they know how to get to it.
Yo, they'd probably only be like slightly more advanced than us, you know what I mean? If they were just getting here now and if they were trusting enough to trust the first person that they see on the planet with the fate of the planet, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? They sound like idiots,
Yeah.
you know? So I don't think they have Pokemon Planet discovered.
That's true.
Dude, and what if they were like super like nasty? Like what if they're these giant fucking slugs that like are made of like teeth and shit. You know what
and
I mean?
I'm immediately repulsed by them.
Yeah.
I'm
and
like, you know what's
they're like acidic, and when they touch you, you like melt. You like go to shake their hand, and it melts your hand off.
you guys know what's a really hot commodity? The sun. You should fly directly into it. There's some really
You
great real
should.
estate.
It's a great vacation spot. After you do a little bit of, fun here, check out the sun
If
for
they're,
sure.
if they're not appealing to me in any way, shape, or form, and I can just
Group
I
trip
can
though.
lie-
Everybody's got to go.
Yeah.
Everybody's got
Just
to.
fly your whole fleet right
I'm
into the
serious.
sun.
We'll do fucking senior
Set
week
a
at the
course
sun.
right for that thing. It may feel really hot when you're approaching. Just keep going. It's cool.
You just got to break the seal. There's like a bubble, and once you get past that heat seal,
You
it's
guys are
gonna feel
fine.
very overwhelming. But it's a beautiful feeling on the other side when you break through, man. Oh man, it's a beautiful feeling.
I told my wife once that if ever presented with the opportunity to like warp dimensions and go to the Pokemon universe, where I can just be a Pokemon master.
You're ditching her?
Oh, none of this even exists to me. If that exists, I'm going to train Pokemon for sure, dude. That's
Was she pissed
no.
at you? She
understood.
understood.
It's a totally different dimension, dude. I just warp out. It's fine.
And leave no trace. She just come home one day and
I'm gone. She's heartbroken, but
you could be dead.
as
You
far
could be kidnapped. She has no idea.
honey, as far as we're
That's very
concerned,
understanding.
if ever I'm just gone with no explanation, no trace,
just assume I warped.
I warped into the Pokemon universe, and I'm.
And anyone who's trying to hold me for ransom is lying.
I
They
like-
don't have me. They
yeah.
just want your money.
I like to think that I warp in as a 10-year-old boy, but I already have all of my knowledge of.
Yeah.
And
You're like
I'm just
grass type, weak to fire.
Yeah.
Oak didn't even have to tell me that.
Yeah. I get in there and I start telling Oak about shit, just like,
Yeah.
look, man, I already know all about
Yo,
it.
you ever seen a Dratini fully evolved? It gets little wings. You wouldn't even believe it could fly, but it does.
And he's like, looks reminiscently like this other really super cool one at the end of the, I don't know, man.
He's like, yo, have you ever seen the Sinnoh region? You're still in Kanto, Oak? Yo, there's a whole other lands out there, Oak.
Are we to believe that they just kind of just discovered each other? Was that what the Pokemon War was about? It was like a land battle, kind of like World War,
I don't
whatever.
really remember the plot line to the Pokemon
I don't
things
think
that
it's
well.
ever really been delved too deep into. I think they just kind of like offhandedly mention it here and there.
I know there's like separate universes, kind of. Like there's like a lot of the lands are based on different like regions. Like the new one, like Sun and Moon, I think are supposed to be like the EU or something. You know what I mean? Like Europe somewhere. I don't fucking know where it's supposed to be, but and I also know that there's like two different universes. Like the mega evolutions are in like one supposedly universe. And then there's like a
I saw that they're not doing like mega
Mega?
evolutions in Sword and Shield. They're doing this different thing with the elemental. I don't know. It looks really interesting.
Yeah.
It's probably not interesting to anybody listening, but I'm super.
Pokemon mechanics.
Bro.
We're gonna delve deep into Pokemon mechanics today, dude.
If there's anything anybody's not interested in,
Yo, is Pokemon nerdy? You think
yeah. I mean, it depends. Yeah.
that's a nerdy thing?
Mm.
Like people could call us nerds and laugh at us and spit on our faces or whatever.
I don't think anybody really does that anymore.
Yo, so are bullies still doing that?
I don't know.
I'm sure school bullies are like, you fucking nerd.
I would.
Spitting on them.
Bullying's
ripping out
gonna
their
happen no matter
pocket
what. It's just
protectors and
kind of it's that's animals, man. Everybody establishes a pecking order.
Yeah.
Why do you think everybody has a boss?
Yo, you know what's nerdy though? Is fucking like Marvel movies and shit. That's nerdy.
Yeah, that is nerdy, but it's been turned into this thing that's not at all.
But it's like popular. Now,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they just marketed it the best and made it look the shiniest.
Hmm.
I think it's I haven't seen all of them. They're entertaining. They're certainly entertaining to watch, but there
Oh,
are
yeah.
people that the devotion of time to like
Yeah.
getting super into that
Yeah.
universe is just like I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean,
Somebody told me they sat down and watched all the movies before they went and saw that new one. Oh, as of recording
Endgame.
this, this is recording. This will go out later if you're watching it later. But that movie just came out, Endgame.
yeah, Endgame. I actually haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna go see it though in
Yeah.
theaters. Yeah.
I figured. I couldn't go just watch that one. Right. I'm kind of too far. I haven't seen one since
You
Captain
didn't see
America:
Infinity
Civil
War?
Mm-mm.
It wouldn't really make a lot of sense if you, but you'd get dropped in and you'd probably pick up on context clues.
Yeah, I'm aware of all of these characters.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wouldn't be too difficult. And I
So, would people get mad, do you think, about Infinity War spoilers? If Endgame, if
if Endgame is out currently, no, I don't think so. If you had all the time in the world, if you're planning on you had the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to spoil
if
it.
you
I
haven't,
guess I
if
won't
you
go into
hang
it.
on, hang on, look at this. I think they dropped out because we're talking about that shit.
About fucking
Infinity
just
War. Can't
They're like, fuck.
spoilers.
They're like, I love Marvel.
No,
You
but
bitch.
honestly, yeah, if you haven't seen Infinity War by now and they're just wrapping this whole shit up, it's on you. But yeah, talk about it.
Nah, I'm
Never
not going
mind.
to tell you. I'm not going to tell you.
I think
I don't want to break anyone's hearts.
I'm not watching it.
Yeah,
I probably won't anytime soon.
it was cool.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah, I feel like that's it. Some dude came in the other day, and he was just like mind blown. He's like, "Man, great."
I mean, I'm
Great.
excited to see it.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I get it, and especially because I couldn't imagine sitting down and watching all those movies in a row before I go and see that, John.
Well, that's nuts. I mean, they're fucking long ass movies. This one's gonna be 3 hours. I don't know how I'm gonna sit through a 3-hour movie. To be honest,
Yeah,
I'm gonna pee 10 times.
we do this. We do this every week.
True. We don't do 3 hours though.
We do too.
2?
About
Is that what we do?
first one was.
Yeah. I guess maybe I can do it.
I think you could do it. I think you could hold out that
Um,
extra hour.
Pretty much planning on wearing a diaper though. Definitely wearing a diaper to the theater, dude.
My God, just don't drink nothing. Eat a lot of food. Eat a lot of bread and shit. Don't drink a lot of water.
I'm talking about for the poops, dude. I'm gonna take a poop and watch that movie. I'm gonna watch that movie and I'm
Oh.
gonna poop while I do it.
Well, I mean,
Dude, that'd be disgusting.
are you that regular that you can schedule around your BM?
My BM?
Yeah. Your poops? Your bowel movement, dog?
Bowel movement, okay.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm surprised you never heard that term.
Yeah, I never heard that term.
James,
I think if I really wanted to take a shit, like if I could try to schedule it. You know what I mean? I could plan ahead.
I think
I could hold one back. You
I would
know?
just take stool softener and just wait.
I wouldn't take anything
I
about
wouldn't.
it.
I would walk in there, take a shit as soon as I walk in and sit down.
Dude,
Like,
people
I'm-
would be
I'm-
leaving the theaters.
I'm walking in, shitting,
That'd be nice, dude.
pop a squat.
Because it would smell so bad, people would leave. People wouldn't be able to sit next to you. You just spread out. You have a fucking picnic. you
I'm
know?
pretty sure I could take the smell of my own brand
Oh yeah. It
for
wouldn't-
3 hours.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad.
Got Joe on that one.
Joe likes poop jokes now. You know?
I love when I just look over and I see Joe like trying to quietly laugh. It's so
At
good.
the dumb poop jokes. Dude. I love it.
Oh God,
Yeah, I'm gonna shit in the theater.
that's a solid plan, man. If I could walk in every theater and have it be empty, that'd be great. That's why I usually go to movies like
It's gonna be packed when I go.
weeks
dude.
after. I'll go usually like the last week that it's open.
Yeah.
I like seeing movies. I like seeing movies a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what
It's good
it doesn't
shit.
have the same appeal on. I remember when I watched Avatar
Yeah.
in theaters. Holy shit, Avatar was cool to look at. I will never watch it on that TV, dude.
Yeah.
I'll never watch it anywhere but the theater.
Are you
It's just
talking
cool to
about
look at.
Avatar,
Not
the
last-
James Cameron
Yes.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that movie a good movie? Not really. It's not. It's not.
What is the
really,
Last Airbender called? Avatar as well? Is it Avatar: The Last Airbender? Or
I think
something?
it's just called The Last Airbender.
Oh,
And I didn't see that, but I was
I didn't
in
see that.
love with that series.
were you?
Yeah,
I didn't really watch it.
but I didn't see that movie.
Yeah.
I heard it was bad though. M Night Shyamalan directed it.
Oh, it was Shammy Lammy, huh?
I like that new movie that he put out, Glass. That was pretty good.
I didn't see it.
I went and saw that by myself.
You liked it? Yo, I liked Unbreakable. I mean, that shit was cool.
Unbreakable, super good. Split, super good. And I would say Glass is 80% as good as those movies.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yo, I like
It-
Shammy Lammy.
Is
Ding
it?
Dongy.
Yeah, there's movies of his that I really enjoy, and then there's ones that I can't watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Lady in the Water is unwatchable.
You think so?
I don't.
I haven't watched it.
Watch it once.
I was thinking one time.
Watch it once. You'll wish you hadn't, but you'll understand.
One time I was thinking like I want to like was I talking about this with you or my brother maybe? I think it was with my brother. I was like I kind of want to reach out to M Night Shyamalan and just like see if he wants to hang out with some like regular ass dudes that, you know what I mean?
He lives around here.
That's why I was saying it. I was like what if we just started hanging out with M Night Shyamalan? You know what I mean? Like he'd probably appreciate a bunch of idiots like us.
I feel like he just hangs out with basic ass people. He actually ate at a restaurant that I worked at.
Yeah.
I feel like he just hangs out with normal jerk offs all the time.
Yeah.
I-
Well,
that's
I'm
why he's
sure
not
he'd.
in Hollywood.
I feel like he'd like hang. Well, I don't know him, not Shyamalan that well. I've seen some of his movies, not even all of them. I probably haven't watched any interviews with him.
I've watched like a couple, but they're not even like.
I've seen him at like I forget what games he goes to, but I've seen him in the stands of like fucking some
Philly games?
sports, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. And but I feel like he'd be the type of person who would like try hanging out with almost anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
He'd-
think so too.
He'd like give it a shot. He'd
Yeah.
be like, all right, what
Either
are we getting
that-
into? You know?
Either that or he's a total recluse.
Yeah,
Like he just
that
doesn't.
is
Yeah,
a
he
possibility
just
for
wants to be
sure.
totally private. Can I talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
Years ago, this was probably like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Rob Zombie was slated to direct like a Broad Street Bullies movie, wasn't he? And then he was showing up to Philadelphia Flyers games and stuff, and he was like, you know, and then they offered him like way more money to do another Halloween, so he did
And he
that
did
instead.
instead.
And I really wish that Rob Zombie had done that. The Broad Street Bullies were a bunch of guys playing for the Flyers in the 70s, and they
Oh.
whipped a lot of ass.
So it's definitely never gonna.
Oh, is that
happen.
article saying he's still doing it? I would like for that to happen very much. I think of all people, Rob Zombie could direct a really good fucking hockey movie.
Yeah, I bet it'd be good. I'd definitely try it out.
Do you? I know you're not really into horror movies. Have you watched any of his like Halloweens or anything? House of a Thousand Corpses or?
I don't think I have.
I would like for him to direct a hockey movie because I feel like the way he shoots his movies would be really good for the action on on the ice.
Yeah.
And it's like super. It's I don't know. It's like hyper real. His movies are like it's like so real, but it's not at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a really cool way he does it.
That's cool. I should check it out. I was watching some horror. What the fuck was I watching that was scary? I don't think I finished it.
That was another thing that I was thinking about is like how undangerous we are. Like you're not even like gory movies or anything.
I watch a gore movie though.
I found some like I don't know like disturbing picture on Instagram the other day, but it was like full of blood and stuff, and I was like I don't think I want to like send anything bleeding to James. I think it was one of those like
That it would have been okay. I wouldn't have been mad.
it was like I think like an autopsy or something.
I would have been
like that.
disgusted.
It was pretty gross.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like worth sending it to. What did I send to James?
Dude,
on
you sent me
Instagram
like
this
this
week.
kinky guy,
Oh god.
like with a painted face and like a gag in his mouth, like on the train.
Joe, can you pull Are you on Instagram?
Yo, shout out Joe's Instagram at Mamby Jamby Joe. I'm just kidding. That's probably not what it is.
Oh, I also sent James a picture of a minion with a fleshlight in it.
that was pretty funny. I like that.
This is on how was I doing this the other week when we were pulling up Instagram?
You can hit
we were
share
just
and
nice.
emailing it or something. It was screenshots. This is a video. That's why you're
Oh.
confused, I think.
That's right. I was sending it to
But
the
just,
email. This
just
is
screenshot them and
okay. Yeah, and then just send it from the fucking oh god, dude.
I mean, I don't know who would want to look at this, but
who wouldn't? So
how do you feel about that
All right.
Instagram post, Matt?
So this Instagram post is just a guy riding the subway, but he's got a ball gag in his mouth and he's
Yeah.
painted up like a mime, and he's just sitting there. He's got headphones in, and he's just like kind of looking around, basically to see who's looking at him.
Yeah.
And I know that is probably some like dominatrix fetish thing where he's like
He likes to be humiliated.
yeah, he wants to go out and get humiliated all day long, and then he goes to his mistress, and she probably told him to do that. She was like, yo, I'm going to paint your face like a little fucking clown. You're going to go out in public with your ball gag.
I just don't understand that at
I don't either.
all.
That sort of thing doesn't appeal to me.
I mean, God bless him, but like
I
that
feel
is
shame
fucking
in a way.
weird.
I feel shame and humiliation in a way that's like almost like it just makes me
It's
want to freak out.
corrosive, yeah. Like it feels terrible.
Yeah, I
don't
don't-
want to feel shame. Or
I don't want to feel shame or it's so weird to me. People that like to get abused,
Get turned
and
on
like
by
pain and stuff.
yeah.
I don't want to be tied up. I don't want to be immobilized. That shit freaks me out too.
Yo, this is the grossest thing I think that I'm ever about to tell you. Sometimes sometimes I just like dig in sometimes too far. So like I was looking at Reddit one time, you know what I mean? And in the comments, some motherfucker said something like really fucking weird. I forget what it was. It was like either racist or like just something that like really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I got to check out what other weird shit this guy's saying. And dude, it got
Oh
fucking
yeah. How great is Reddit
weird.
where you can just go in and see
Quick.
what they commented. What? Please explain.
This motherfucker was like, my humiliation. Dude, this is like a long post.
Bro.
And I was like, I did not want to read it, but sometimes I can't stop myself. You know what I mean? He was like, my humiliation kink involves my daughter. And it was like all this shit about like, dude, it was so fucking weird.
Whoa.
And it was like a fucking 5-page essay too. And it was like, I can't believe, I don't know if I read the whole thing, but I was like, this is fucking too deep, dude.
When I think of gross, I think of like barf and poop and like bodily fluids and guts
I think
and
of
stuff.
Twisted Minds, dude. Weird ass Twisted Minds. That's the grossest shit I can think of.
That
dude.
it's foul and disgusting. Oh, how do you get there, man? I don't know.
How did he get there?
How do you
That's-
get there?
His mind is like fucked, yo.
I know that I'm not like the most stable person all the time,
Yeah, yeah.
but my mind has. Okay.
yeah. That was a deep dark hole that I fell down in.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I wanted to puke all day. after I read
Reddit
that.
is either the best or the worst thing that's ever happened. I feel like
Yeah.
Reddit's a really good place for communication and people to talk to each other and get a better understanding of each other, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you find a better understanding of what like truly unstable people look like
Yeah.
that now can just talk to whoever they want on the internet.
No, dude, don't kink shame.
I'm not kink shaming that guy.
You're kink shaming that guy.
No, I'm just saying people as a whole.
You're
I
kink
don't.
shaming everybody, dude.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys should stop talking to each other about that. It's yucky.
Dude, I would kink shame everybody if I had the chance. I'm the ultimate humiliator. I'm on the other end. I'm the dominatrix. I do think I'm kind of a diva. Do you think I feel like a diva in my life.
Yeah, I definitely am, and I'm pretty self-centered too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why isn't the world serving me?
Yeah.
It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
It's good that we recognize it, right?
Yeah, well, you have to try to recognize the things like that.
I definitely
obviously,
try to
yeah.
tone it down, but I come off the wrong way all the time.
Oh yeah. It's hard, man. It's hard to be good out there.
I feel I don't. I'm not so up my own ass that I think I'm like a benefit to people though.
Yeah.
Like
Some people are. Some people think they're God's fucking gift to the earth.
Sometimes I think I talked about it here. You know, I theorize that I'm God of this whole universe. But that's just because I'm living through
Yeah.
this.
You're God of your own universe for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I get to decide what I do, kind of as a whole.
Yeah.
Free will's so weird.
Free will is weird.
Sit back up,
Do you think that's
comfy.
is that what murderers love? Is they feel like they're exercising their will. You know what I
Ooh.
mean? Their free will.
That's an
Like
interesting
they're-
thought.
Not necessarily like their free will as in like laws and stuff, but like they're like cosmic, like you know what I mean? It's a power trip. That's gotta be
Yeah,
part of the reason.
I don't really like care about other people enough to like think, oh, I need to be powerful over them.
Yeah.
Like I've never. That's a weird thought. You're
Yeah.
probably right. It probably
Yeah.
is a lot of like power. Like, oh, I can just take that away.
This is weird, dude. This is getting too deep.
It's fine, man.
It's
It's a
getting
danger
too deep.
podcast,
Yeah,
man.
we're
That's
getting
danger.
too dangerous.
Murderers are dangerous
We're
as
getting up in
fuck.
people's minds, dude.
Nah, man. We could sit down here with an actual murderer. That'd be
Yo,
dangerous, right?
You can sit down in here with an actual murderer. I'm not coming over that day.
James is kink shaming me for wanting to have a murderer come over and hang out with us.
Well, what are you gonna do with the murderer?
No,
You're gonna let him
did I
kill
say-
you and
I meant friendship shame.
oh, okay.
My wife doesn't come home for a couple hours after you guys leave. Just saying, I won't hang out with this murderer a little longer.
This is kind of unrelated, but we were talking about it being in people's minds, and I thought of like shrinking down and being tiny and like in people. And I want to make a list of every. What is that fucking book called? It's like The Incredible Journey or some bullshit. It's like a short story where they shrink themselves down, and I
think
forget
I
what
know
that
what you're
shit's
talking about.
called. But they shrink themselves down and they go like inside someone's body, and then like the Magic School Bus does an episode where they do that,
Yeah.
and like
That's my favorite. I would say
The
that's one
Mighty
of my
Boosh does an
favorite
episode.
tropes in anything.
Futurama does an
Futurama,
episode.
Rugrats.
Rugrats. This is what I want to do. I want to make a list of all those and like watch a bunch of those like have a marathon where people shrink themselves and go inside the human body.
There's a movie. I can't remember what that. Can you look that up? A movie where a guy accidentally gets. They found.
Honey, I
shrinking-
Shrunk the Kids.
They don't go in somebody's body though.
That's just a dumb joke.
Yeah, I'm sorry, James. But they shrink a guy down, and he's supposed to get injected into a rabbit and do like but he accidentally gets injected into a human, and now has to figure his own way out because nobody knows he's inside the human. I think.
Yeah. Yo, Osmosis Jones. I'm gonna put that on the list.
I think that counts.
Yeah.
I would say that's definitely, but it's not somebody shrinking down. It's just
No one
like
shrinks. Yeah. But you are
um,
traversing like the
Jimmy Neutron did an episode like that. They go into
Oh.
Carl.
cool.
And Rick and Morty in their first season did it.
Nice.
Anatomy Park. Damn, there's a lot.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm
It's-
saying. That's
it's
like
a super fun thing to
it's
do.
a
though.
solid. Yeah, it's a solid.
Like the human body's so funny, and like you get the poop jokes, you get the fucking snot jokes. There's inevitably
good
like
shit.
testicle stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
That's
that's only if
hilarious.
they're inside a dude.
Oh, what is that movie called? Inner Space. That's
Is that
the
what it is?
best title for a movie ever. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what that's what I'm talking about.
87. That sounds awesome.
Can we run that trailer?
They're shrinking him.
Is it Dennis Quaid?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love Dennis Quaid, man.
I don't know if we can run the whole trailer.
We
It's
we
illegal,
can
dude.
just talk over it. And I think if we shrink it down and do like that dual screen thing that we've been doing. Oh yeah, Inner Space. We're going on.
Test pilot Tuck Pendleton wants to make
Tuck.
history.
I love
Supermarket
old
clerk
style.
Jack Putter
Give it a tuck.
needs a vacation.
Jack, you're late. That's not
Who's
good.
that?
You know it's coupon day.
Lieutenant
idea.
Pendleton is about to be miniaturized.
I
Placed
wish
into this
that
needle
movie
and then
promos were still
injected
like this,
into this
because
rabbit.
this is like a fairly serious movie, but this makes it sound like a fucking comedy the whole time.
It does.
And Tuck's about to get a new destination.
And they're just
Oh,
giving you the
shit.
whole plot.
Oh, yeah, they're giving away the entire movie.
Hello, can you hear me?
I'm in a man.
Now, Jack's got twice
Oh,
the
I know that
problems,
guy.
but he's double the man. With Tuck on
Is that
his
Martin
side,
Short?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
in his gut,
Oh my god, dude.
on his case.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. This
It's
looks
great.
pretty dope.
And only 24 hours left for Jack to get out of danger. So that
What?
Tuck can get out of Jack. Dennis Quaid, Martin Short. Give yourself
my
a
God.
shot. Of
Yo, this
adventure.
reminded me of Flubber.
Inner space.
That looked exactly.
I tried to
like-
watch Flubber recently. It
What?
wasn't on Netflix. That's as far as I went.
you
I was
weren't
like, oh,
going any farther than
fuck.
that.
I was like, fucking Flubber isn't on.
You know
here.
what we did watch, dude? Deliverance. You ever seen that movie? Can you pull up the trailer for
Maybe.
Deliverance
We're
real
just gonna-
quick?
we're just
I know,
running
but
trailers, dude?
I want to know how they framed that movie because I was talking to my wife about this the other night. So anybody who doesn't know, if you haven't seen Deliverance, it's this movie where these guys they go on a canoeing trip down this river, and the river's about to get dammed up, so they want to go down the river before it gets dammed up, and it'll be super cool, whatever. So they end up getting raped by mountain people that live in the backwoods and whatever.
Is that what happens?
Uh,
I don't think I've seen.
Yeah, yeah. It's like they rape one guy in front of the other guy. They're about to mouth fuck the other guy, and then they fucking they shoot him with an arrow. And because there's like 4 people, there's 2 mountain men. They get separated for a minute. They get raped. If you haven't seen Deliverance, it's your fucking fault. I don't care. But yeah, I want to know how they framed this trailer. Is this really the trailer?
Those guys are the ones that kidnapped them.
Oh, here we go.
Nothing very unusual about them. Suburban guys like you or your neighbor.
I knew that they didn't.
Nothing very unusual about them until they decided to spend one weekend canoeing down the Cohahuasi
They didn't make
River.
this movie come out as serious as it is.
It's about to get serious, dude.
Ed Gentry. He runs an art
Yo,
center
how,
inside Martha as a
yo,
boy.
dude, John Voight. I didn't
Those
recognize him
Redlock
for like the
has
first 20
real
minutes.
estate. Talks about
And there's
recently
Burt
being
Reynolds without a
from your
mustache.
way.
Damn.
Drew Ballinger. He's sales supervisor
That guy's a
for
pussy.
soft drink company.
And this guy gets butt fucked, and he's like okay with it almost immediately.
Decided not
Like
to
they
play
like they kill the
He's
guy.
into it?
Yeah, well they no. He's okay after like pretty
Yeah.
quickly.
Well, you gotta move on, you know. What else can you do?
Yeah. I mean, they killed the guy right away. I
If-
feel
if-
like that's pretty.
Yeah, he's gonna be carrying some baggage, but if you get through it, man,
I don't think that would haunt me.
I wouldn't like it. I'm not
I wouldn't.
about-
I wouldn't like it. I don't think it would really haunt me. Oh, here's John Voight watching Ned Beatty. Oh man, that's 2 separate scenes.
They let you
We
know it's
can-
about
we can,
to get real.
Yeah, we can cut that. But it just doesn't seem as serious as like.
As what it turns out to be really be.
I feel like they didn't know how to make trailers. They still don't know how to make trailers.
I kind of like that style, dude. They're like giving you the plot. You're not gonna be asking questions going in.
That's true. I do like that.
You're like, all right, so this guy plays that guy, and he's on a canoe trip.
That's the problem I have with every thriller movie that comes out. They just kind of give you like a rough idea, like, oh, it's a ghost and these people are scared.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I don't think they should make those anymore.
thrillers.
Yeah, I
People
think
still got to be thrilled.
the
though.
thriller genre is fucking dead.
Nah, they can keep doing it. You got my blessing, guys.
I feel like you should go for a real horror. You know, don't get people just fucking. I want
So
make people feel.
So it's okay once there's gore involved. Is basically what you're talking.
I don't think gore it has to
Horror?
be involved. Yeah, horror is different from just being
Thriller.
thriller. To me, is the jump scare, the fucking.
Yeah.
They wind the tension up with the score, and it's usually got that. thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boring. It's just like all suspense.
Yeah.
But like horror gives you the thing to actually be afraid of. It's not like they'll build tension,
Okay.
but they'll be like, here's the thing you're afraid of.
Yeah.
Like the slasher flicks and stuff, I would put them in the slasher category. I wouldn't even put them in horror. You know, it's a horror movie, Jaws. Jaws is horrifying.
Yeah.
That's real fucking terror, dude.
Yeah.
I still watch that movie and I'm tense as shit.
yeah.
That's probably my favorite movie.
It's a good movie, man. Yeah.
Oh man, I could watch Jaws.
Let's fucking put on Jaws,
anytime.
Joe.
We could
put
just
on Jaws.
yeah, Joe. Let's just watch Jaws for the rest
This
of
is
the
gonna
show.
be a Jaws
man.
stream.
How much time we got? Plenty of time to watch Jaws, my guy.
Yeah. Jaws stream. Yeah, I like the poster too. It's a good. You can always do a classic take on the poster. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I love when
That's some
people put
iconic
like
shit.
cats underneath the lady and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, man, that's fucking classic.
I saw one that the lady's like in a fish tank and there's a cat like underneath like pawing at the glass. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
that's
Oh
Jaws.
man, that's so funny. The first one is, or like the third thing is a cat. Jaws is so goddamn iconic, dude.
It's the shit.
I really like.
I like sharks, dude. I don't know what my obsession is with sharks. Actually, I fucking hate sharks. I think they're terrifying.
They're really
and,
scary,
and that's why
they're cool.
They're like interesting, I guess. Fucking.
What did the
sharks.
Jaws 2 poster look like?
Shirt?
Probably.
It's that right there.
Oh.
No, is that real or no? 8x10 signed.
I like that. I like that they didn't switch it up.
Dude, I wish there were more Jaws movies. Did you see the Meg with fucking Stamos?
John Stamos is in it.
Is that who it was?
I don't know.
think
I
it
didn't
was
see
him.
it. Was it worth watching?
And like what's that lady's name?
Sharknado
Like
and-
Bing Bing, something Bing
Bing Bing.
Yeah, she was also like went missing for a little bit in the news, and everyone was like, I think it's Fan Bing Bing. They're like, where's
Oh.
Fan Bing Bing? And then she was like, I'm back. It's chill.
Like Lisa Left Eye. Lisa
Lisa Left Eye. That sounds made up.
Lisa Left Eye Lopez from TLC. She
Oh.
just like left one day, just like deuced out to South America
Yeah.
to go, and she was with this. I think. Oh wait, or is that where she died? I think that's actually where she died.
Oh, for real?
But people didn't know where she was for a while.
Huh.
Like they,
That's what
and
everybody
then
should
she
do.
told them about it, and then I think she died like shortly thereafter.
She's
in a
like,
car
yo, what up?
crash.
I'm dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's thoughtful of her to let us know. I'm down over here.
Here I am, Dan. How do you think you're gonna die, James? How do you think you're gonna die?
Like, what seems most likely?
Yeah. For
Probably
me-
like stroke or some bullshit.
Oh,
You know, some medical issue.
Yeah.
For sure. I feel like that's most likely.
I'm gonna have an at-home accident
You're gonna have an at-home accident,
for sure.
dude. I could see me dying in a work accident for sure. I'd like, or an at-home accident, like some bullshit like that.
I would probably. I'm not a Mr. Fix-It, thank God. So I'm not gonna be up on any ladders. I'm not gonna. But I
Yeah.
will probably like fall down some stairs.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that, and then nobody's ever home when you fall down the stairs, and you know it's life-threatening.
That's why I have kids, dude. That's why you're having a kid.
I was telling James last week when we were leaving
Oh,
that
yeah.
I was going to die on these stairs out here.
Yeah,
That's probably true.
yeah.
And I was like, it's going to be raining one day.
It's
Yep.
raining today,
And it was raining today, and I was
Yeah.
walking up the stairs.
I know.
And I had like a bunch of shit in my hands. I was like, I'm about to fall down these stairs.
Yeah.
You guys can definitely go down the dry stairs too.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, man, I hope Joe isn't dead when I get there.
I always, bro, I always just, I'm always pretty punctual. So when people are like late,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, they're dead. That's
Yeah.
how it is. You're dead. I'm sorry. That sucks.
Dead and gone.
I gotta break
RIP.
that. I'm about to have a kid, and I have to break that idea.
Oh shit, that
Yeah.
is like the parent fucking trait.
I really
Like, where is she? She's dead.
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 I remember there was this kid's
Honey,
mom.
where are you? I thought you were dead.
There was this kid's mom that lived across the street from us, and the fire sirens would go off all the time.
Oh.
She came out of the house one day, and she was like, "These sirens keep going off, and I can't find my kids anywhere." And she was like, "That's it. Both of them got hit by a truck, and that's why the sirens keep going off." You know
Yeah.
what did happen though? A horse got hit by a truck because I lived in Amish country.
Mm.
and the local news covered it up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the local news. This horse, I remember they had to put sawdust down to like get all the guts and stuff up off the road.
Ugh.
And I watched like the local news later on, and they were like, horse suffered minor injuries and is slated to make a full recovery. I was like, no, the fuck, that horse is not gonna make a full recovery.
What?
This horse, it was a tractor trailer that hit it.
Why did they lie about it?
I don't know.
That's
I think just
so
to make a happy ending.
weird.
I guess the old if it bleeds, it leads doesn't really apply in local news. They don't want things to be a bummer.
Yo, I don't know.
Nobody wants to be discouraged that horses are out here getting exploded by tractor
Someone
trailers.
said greetings.
"Oh Lord, oh, it's my mom." That's funny.
What up? That is funny. Greetings. Season's greetings.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's really funny that they would cover up the horse story.
I thought that was weird too.
I mean, like,
I don't even know why. Why would you report on it in the first place? I remember seeing news vans down there when I got down there. I was like, this is a waste of everybody's time. This is just clean it up and move on.
yeah.
I don't think any of them Amish people were injured. I think they were probably. You know what? We'll probably go back and look at it, and I'll be completely wrong about all of this.
Well, yeah, maybe.
That's probably not on the internet, though.
Yo, my mom was definitely like that. She was afraid. She would always call me. She'd be like, I heard fire sirens. Have you talked to Jed? Okay, you're alive. Good.
I can
You know.
totally see that.
Yeah.
James's mom is a lovely lady, but she's a little neurotic.
Oh, shit.
I-
Talking shit on my...
She's
Yo,
not
now
gonna
your
watch
mom's
this.
going to tell my mom.
Your mom's not gonna talk to my mom. My mom's not gonna talk to your mom.
Hey,
my mom's
don't
watching
know.
right now. She's not gonna call your mom. Mom,
Yo,
don't call James's
Yeah,
mom.
don't sell Matt out. I
Yeah,
guess she
that-
wouldn't sell her own boy out. You know?
Well, depends. We've definitely had police at the house before, and she was like, "Go through whatever you want to
he's
go
probably
through."
upstairs.
Yeah, she's like,
It's probably him.
she's like, well, if he did something wrong, he's gonna suffer the consequences. So
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how you should be.
I guess so.
That's the right move.
Yeah, I suppose.
My mom would probably be like, get the fuck out of here. Don't you talk to my son. But probably because she'd be worried about,
Mom, I want you to know if you murdered somebody, I wouldn't tell the cops anything.
oh,
Just
she says that depends.
yeah, that's. It's weird. We're not gonna sit here and have a conversation with my mom.
Yo, I will. I'll let
I
her-
know you will. That's
Make
why.
for a good show.
That's why I'm declaring. I know you'll sit here and talk to my mom the whole time. But it's going to be like slow responses because there's like probably like a
like
15,
minute
20 second
lag,
delay. Yeah.
Yep. Yo, I gotta defend my mom in case she ever watches. She's not neurotic.
Your mom is
No,
not
I think
going
we're
to
all.
watch this.
I think we're all neurotic anyway. So
Oh, yeah.
it's fair, I guess.
But- I don't think you have that like freak out ability. Like where you would have a kid and be like, I need to know where they're at all times.
I get a little bit worried about people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I don't know, if people leave my house real late, you know what I mean? I'm like they
I always
could
do.
fucking die.
I do the old text me when you get home.
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's good to know.
And then they don't, and then I think they're dead.
I'm always like, text me when you get home, and then I fall asleep before they arrive. I'm like, I'm so worried.
Sleep just fine, bro. I've definitely had nights where I was up thinking about things, but I've never had something make me sleepless, like where it was like looming over my head so much that I was like, I can't fucking sleep.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been like probably like nervous before, like maybe a job interview or something like that. That was like keeping me up.
Yeah.
But I usually fall asleep at some point. You never had like tomorrow's the first day of school or something like that didn't keep you up? Like
Nah,
nervous
even on
energy?
Christmas, I'd
Christmas
be
Eve?
like, yo, I'm gonna fucking go to bed mad early so I can just wake up, and it'll be Christmas. I can just get into it.
That's funny.
How annoying was that? I'm so glad we're not doing the whole Christmas thing, because like there's no way I'm getting up because kids get up at 5, easily 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not a 5 in the morning guy.
No, neither am I.
I'll do 7:30. 7:30 is. I'll even do 7.
Yo, I wish I could wake up early like that, but I
5 is not my bag.
I definitely can't.
What is?
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
All right, all right, all right.
Joe's on
Ignore the
his-
man behind the curtain.
Yeah, he's on his side business right now. He's selling buttons.
Yeah,
online.
he's hustling
He's
pies out
hustling.
here.
Yeah, he's hustling pies.
Joe's checking his stocks in his pie company
Yeah.
while we're doing the show.
Joe's writing a program. He's writing a.
Dear God, he's actually writing a
He's,
program.
he's making a wizard. No, I don't. Think
No. I just saw a bunch of text and I can't actually read what any of it says,
Yeah.
so I just assume that what you're telling me is correct.
No, I just lie all the time. I just spew a ton of bullshit.
You could sell me a possum, tell me it's a cat. It's all the same.
There's this fucking dumbass meme that I see sometimes. That's like, have you ever seen this format? It's like, I'm a simple guy. I just like to get high and adopt cats or something. And it's like a guy there with the possum. You know what I mean? It's like, I just like to get high and do this, and then, like the picture or something else.
No,
you know
I've
what I
never
mean?
seen that. It's really
That's
funny.
a pretty good format. It's a solid format.
We were discussing last week what super hot potatoes are. I would say a possum is a hotter potato than a cat.
I don't know, because it might play dead.
That's true. Then it's not a very hot potato at
It
all.
might be like shit, you know?
I have heard that you can just kind of like grab them and they don't really do anything.
But you might get like sick or something. I'd be worried.
Oh
about
yeah, don't
possum.
touch a possum, dude. They
Yeah.
look like they have any disease ever. You know the skeevers in Skyrim?
Yeah.
They're not actually giant rats. They're just fucking
They're just
possums.
fucking
They just
possums.
immediately, bro. So is there a disease in Skyrim that makes it harder to draw your bow? Because I've had this one disease that I just left unchecked, and I feel like, and there was this stealth mission that I was doing, and I kept just like limp dick shooting my arrow, and it was landing behind this guy and alerting him, and I wasn't even trying to kill him. I was trying to do the mission. It was one of the Thieves Guild missions. I was trying to do it, no murders.
Oh yeah.
And he just kept getting alerted. So I just let them kill me for 40 minutes before I finally I had to release it. I don't know. Oh, Joe's pulling up the diseases for Skyrim.
There's gotta be. I mean, there's probably stamina based.
Either that or
diseases.
my controller's broken, which could also be. It's been dropped many times.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any bow specific ones.
No.
It sounds like you just had shitty aim, dog.
No, dude, I would be at full draw, and you can.
You'd be slowing down time. You'd do this zoom.
No,
and
I
slow
don't have
down,
it yet.
and
I
you'd-
actually just
and you'd
restarted my
launch it
character.
off before it finished drawing.
I had to restart my character in Skyrim because I joined the Stormcloaks, right? And
And
on
you stormed a town and you fucked shit up.
on the final siege on Solitude, the one guy was like, "They're marching on Solitude. Go meet them." So I just fast traveled directly into Solitude, and I think it broke.
Oh, you can fucking fuck that game up sometimes like that.
So I went back out, and the marker where you're supposed to stand is there, but nobody's there to meet you, and nothing
Yeah.
is happening on the outside like it should be. But there's a battle on the inside. So every time I would fast travel into Solitude, there was a battle going on, and then nothing. And it negated at least 5 separate missions
Yeah,
because
probably.
I left that undone.
Yeah.
And the Dark Brotherhood, I got in. This was the first one that happened. I was just like, all right, fuck those quests. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I walked into the lair, and she looks at me, and she's like, "You're responsible for the siege on Solitude? Go out there and handle it. You're gonna blow our whole spot up." And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. The vampire missions, couldn't do them. There was at least 2 more. I can't really remember.
You fucked up, dog.
I couldn't finish that whole DLC, dude.
You fucked up. You should have never fast traveled. You should have ridden your horse like a patient boy.
I didn't have a horse. And you know
You
what?
can steal one. You're in the Thieves Guild. I know you're sneaky. Come on.
You know
dude.
what's even funnier?
You're in the
when
Dark
I was
Brotherhood missions. They give you a horse in that mission.
I couldn't finish it. They give you that horse after they
Yeah,
give
damn
you that
fool.
horse after you kill the king, I believe.
Nah, it's before.
It might be right before. But that's the mission that I was about to go on. I had just gotten the contract to kill the king.
yeah,
and then I entered the lair, and she was like, "Fuck out of here."
Yeah. Well, you fucked up. Yo, one time I got stuck in Final Fantasy IX. There's like a point where if you go back into something, then it like glitches the main map, and there's like a certain area of the world that you can't get out of. I was so pissed. But like what I did, because what happened is I got like this because Final Fantasy IX had this card game mechanic. It was like Tetramaster or something, and I loved it. It was like the best part of it. And I got the super rare card when I was down in there, and then I glitched my game, and I was so pissed because I was like, damn, I love this card. So then I just kept playing that game, and my goal was to like max out all my characters to 100% just in this stupid little small. I was already like way OP because I had already been just like grinding in that land, trying to get out, trying to find some loophole to get out or something. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just leveling up to the max. This is just where I'll live now.
James.
That was upsetting.
I broke Abe's Odyssey. Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey.
I don't know.
Oh man, it's fun puzzle platformer.
Yeah.
So you're like an alien guy. You're trying to escape this factory where they're turning your people into meat pies.
Fair enough.
And there's a part where you have to ride on the back of this other little alien thing.
Yeah.
And you also have to solve puzzles in that. So you're supposed to find these other little guys. They tell you the combination to a door. I was able to jump over it and then guess the door combo.
Oh.
And
you fucked it up
I
somehow.
completely fucking broke it. So now I can't get off of the runner thing.
That's
and
funny.
it can't jump on the new platforms that it's not meant for.
Fucked up, dog.
I was like halfway through that game and I'd never played all the way through. It came out when I was really little and then they re-released it for the PS4.
Oh, yeah.
I was so upset.
Yeah, it's upsetting, man. But like, how much does it really matter? Sometimes I'll play video games and I'm like, what am I doing with my goddamn life? Do you ever feel that way?
Nah, sometimes, especially with Skyrim and stuff, I can do it in so many ways that it's like that's my like
always
cool.
feels
That's my
fulfilling.
cool down.
Yeah.
I feel like I work like 55 hours a week most of the time.
True enough.
So like I come home and that's kind of just how I just like forget about stuff. It's just I'll sit down and play video games for a little while.
Yeah.
That's only recent too. I haven't really been doing that long.
Yeah, I don't know. I go through phases. Like some weeks I'll
too.
play it every fucking day of the week, and then like I won't play anything for a full. You know what I mean? I'll focus on something else.
I picked up. I'll pick up Pokemon sporadically too.
Yeah.
And just like be walking around with that. I like playing video games, but I'm not in love with it. It's not like the biggest part of my life.
Yeah.
I spent most of my time outside as a kid.
Yeah. You're a gamer now, dude. You're a fucking nerd.
I guess
now.
so. I've been playing a game that's like 10 years old.
Yeah. It's funny that that we'd be talking about Skyrim as if it's relevant, but it still kind of is.
It still really is. There's a lot of people that still definitely play that.
Yeah.
I gotta stop fiddling with that. I was just trying to pull this knob off. I don't know why.
You motherfucker.
Dude, no, seriously, I have the worst idle hands for real.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I have to fiddle with something, and when I was a kid, I used to just break stuff, dude. Just because like it was in my hands, like I would. I don't know what happens if it breaks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why. My mom wouldn't want me to be in my room too long alone because I would just break stuff in there.
That's funny, dude.
Most people worry about their kids whacking off too much, as in they're just destroying things. I would
just
like
breaking pens and pencils.
Yeah, lighting matches and shit.
Yeah, being destructive.
Yeah, I don't know why, dude. I could have done. I used to like go under my bed and light matches and stuff, and like I thought the smell would be contained under the bed. Probably that's probably where my head was at on that. But then Flavor Flav from Public Enemy, he burned his house out doing the same thing. He was just like playing with matches under the bed or something. He lit the bed on fire and burned his house down.
Wait, what?
I got
that story, Flavor Flav. Why was he under the bed with matches?
He was a child.
Oh,
this is when he was a
okay.
child.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I was
That's
picturing
an adult, a grown man.
grown Flavor Flav like in the bling, you know what I mean? Blinged out under his bed, just like.
What time is it? You know what time it is to burn this house down.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yo, Chuck, kick it, man. Burn this house down.
as a kid makes a lot more sense. That adds up.
I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up burning my house down
I mean,
at some point.
I
almost burned my mom and I's apartment down one time.
Yeah,
I was
believe it.
making cheeseburgers in the oven because I didn't have like a pan
Yeah.
handy or
Yeah.
something. And I pulled them out. I just had them on tinfoil. And when I pulled them out, all the fat fell onto the element and the whole oven caught on fire on the inside. So I just shut it. And I was like, it'll burn itself out. But then it started billowing just black smoke out of it. And I was like, fuck. And then these fire alarms in the house started going, fire. I've never heard a fucking fire alarm that talks.
Say fire.
I was like, there's no fire. I'm like yelling to there's like 3 other people that live in this apartment building.
Lying.
No fire.
Lying.
There's nothing going on up here.
Stay
it's
in
fine.
bed.
It's fine.
Stay in bed.
I don't even know if anybody was home.
Go back to sleep.
But I've got these things like directly contradicting me. Yeah, just like fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Smoke billowing out of the top.
It's funny.
Everything's cool.
I smoke weed in this room all the time. And that doesn't go off. I'll cook chicken nuggets in the kitchen in the
That goes
oven
off?
and it fucking goes off.
Yeah. I don't know if I think like it would take a lot more weed smoke to trip a fire alarm.
Do you think also it's because it's also hot air coming in and like
There's probably more movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the science is behind
it's
that.
really irritating.
Somebody tell me. Scientists,
But
get on that.
I guess it's gonna save my life. The house catches on fire.
Yeah, in the awful event that the house catches on fire.
Nah, honestly, we're probably hosed. If in any way we can't get to this area, we're done for. I guess we could go out onto the roof and just hope that the fire isn't going fast enough.
Yeah, that
But this
sounds
building's
terrible,
like 100 years old.
Yeah, this wouldn't look great in a fire. I don't recommend fire for your apartment, dude.
I think anything looks good on fire. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
Like fire's cool, man. I was really fascinated with fire as a kid.
Yo,
I used to play
fire's
with
dope
fire all the
looking.
time.
Why do you think people sit around a fire so often?
I would go down to the park with my buddy and we'd play with fire the whole time. For hours we would play with fire.
That
We would get
sounds-
those like the spray colognes and stuff. We play with that shit.
Cool.
And then one day I put a Coca-Cola label on the little grills that they had down there for cooking,
Yeah.
and I set it on fire on the grill.
Nice.
And for whatever my hand is underneath the thing that's on the grill over top.
Oh, nice.
It melts and falls directly onto my finger.
Jesus Christ, dude.
That was probably the worst burn I ever got. It actually, I'm pretty sure it was like 3rd degree. It bubbled up twice.
Yeah. Ooh, that sucks when if the burns bubble up. That's gross,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm pretty sure if it blisters twice, it's 3rd degree.
Did you burn Joe's
More
basement
so.
down?
Oh, yeah. When we didn't burn Joe's basement down, but we played with a lot of fire in that room too. So we would Joe's mom's basement. There's a finished room with no windows. The carpet like goes up to the door, like touches the door.
Yeah.
We would just be in there playing with aerosol cans and stuff the whole time.
What?
Like just no ventilation stuff, just setting things on fire.
You guys were way more destructive than I was.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, that's not even scratching the surface. I was a really shitty kid. But like they had this big poster of Jim Morrison and we sprayed Axe all over it and then lit it on fire. It looked awesome.
There was glass. It
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
It was
yeah.
behind glass. We sprayed it on the glass. We didn't spray it on a poster itself.
Yeah. It wasn't
That
paper.
would-
That would
that
have
would burn down
definitely
the
burned down the
yeah,
house.
yeah.
We
Okay.
weren't
All
that
right.
stupid.
Okay. All right. Yes.
However, I hope my mom's not still watching. But there was a time when my sister and I were just sitting at home,
Check in.
and no, don't. I'd rather.
I want to see if she's still watching.
Nah. But anyway, so my sister and I were just sitting around at the house, and I was playing with a little fire. So I grabbed a tissue, and
Held it above.
I held the tissue up really, really high, and I set it on fire. And then when it got too hot, I dropped it. Well, it stayed on fire the entire way down and hit the carpet,
Yeah.
and then like melted a little bit of the carpet. It wasn't too serious, but now there was a flat spot
Yeah.
with ashes all over it.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know if you're familiar with Berber carpet, but it's like kind of fuzzy, but it stays down pretty low. I grabbed a grill brush
Nice.
and I grill brushed the spot until it was like fuzzy again, and I was snipping all the hard parts out of it. By the time I was done, you could barely even tell. If you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't have known.
Nice, dude.
I was pretty impressed with myself.
Yo, that's like a professional job right there.
Yeah. I thought so too. I was like,
That's very responsible of you. I mean, not the part about dropping the flaming tissue on the carpet, but the way you dealt with it was very
I sprang
mature.
right into action. I was not really ever known for that, and I was like, you know what? I know exactly what
Like,
to do.
I can fix this.
Now, mind you, this grill brush was dirty as hell, and my mom just texted me. She goes, "Well done," and she.
She never knew. That must mean she never knew.
She never knew. But the grill brush I didn't realize was dirty as hell off the bat. So I started to scrub, and there was now black on the carpet. It wasn't just this like melty spot. It was completely black now.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I'm grabbing all the cleaners in the house. I'm like scrubbing this grill brush out, and then I went back to, oh man, yeah, classic. Oh man, we broke so much shit in that house. My sister and I were terrible. We would get in fights, and then it would always end up like one of us behind a door and the other one just trying to get in through the door.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
antagonized my sister so much one time. She had a thing of softball medals all hanging on the wall.
Uh-huh.
She threw all of them at the door at once. I was like standing there. I shut the door like, and then I was like, I bet she's got one more. And she was like in a softball like pitching stance on the other side when I opened it, and she threw it, and it made this huge hole in the door, dude.
Nice.
I think her and I probably broke like 3 doors in that house. Just too many.
That's funny, dude.
There was one night, I don't remember. We probably lied about it how it happened, but my parents got an anniversary gift. It was this really nice hourglass, super ornate. My sister said something to me, and I threw an Expo marker. That's really funny. We got one right there. I threw an Expo marker at her, and it hit that thing immediately. It was the first thing, and knocked it over, just shattered it everywhere, sanded glass.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, man. Shouldn't leave kids alone.
No.
Not together.
Can't
Not if they're
trust 'em.
related, especially.
Can't trust him. Yeah, I used to antagonize my sister a little bit. One time, this was, I don't know why we were doing this, but one time there was like a stuffed animal that she had that like we would pretend to hate. Like me and my cousin were like, yo, Chester fucking sucks. We're like, fuck Chester. He was like this, he was like a Dalmatian, and like he zipped out and like he had a blanket inside of him or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yo, one time this is so fucking mean. One time we like put a belt around his neck and like hung him from like the like stairs, like the rafters of the stairs, and like shot him with Nerf guns. Like, dude, that's so
Hang and bang,
yeah,
man.
dude, that was so fucked up. Like, she was, I don't know how old she was, but like at any age, that's just like a fucking rude ass shit to do, dude. She was probably like 12, maybe.
Oh, there was definitely there was a time where I injured my sister, and we tried to cover that up. We were getting silk pie out of the freezer, and I was cutting it with a butter knife, and my sister went to reach for it, and I went to slap her with the knife, but I hit her with the edge of it and like opened her up, and I could see like blood vessels pulsing in there, and I could see a little bit of fat and stuff. I freaked out. It was a little nick, but you could see it was pretty deep. And I flipped, dude. I started bawling. I was like, "Don't tell Mom. You can't tell Mom. We gotta make up a lie." And then we went over to the neighbor's house because she was like an RN, and she like put a butterfly Band-Aid on it. And I was like, "Bro, I'm like crying, like walking over there. Like clearly I did this."
Yeah.
Got away with that one for a while, and then my sister fessed up like in school. I think she wrote a little like essay about a time she lied.
Oh,
yeah. This was years later.
yo, is that what school is for? It's like to learn which parents are fucking up and are like, you know what I mean?
I
Right about a
don't know.
time you lied. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
My parents were pretty good about knowing when we were lying. I experienced other people's parents that my friends would tell them bold-faced lies and they would buy it off the bat.
Yeah.
I had a friend, we were up to something. I couldn't remember what it was. But we were leaving, his parents were pulling in, and he could have just been like, "Yeah, bye, we're going to go do this." And he starts giving so many details. He's like, "Yeah, we're going to go do this and with this, and it's probably going to take us about that amount of time to get there."
Oh yeah.
Just classic
Lying
lying
too hard,
shit. And
yeah.
I was just like, my mom would already be suspicious. Like,
Yeah.
why are you even telling me any of this?
Yeah.
I was like, in my mind, I'm screaming, "Yo, shut the fuck up." But she's like, "Okay, bye."
It's like, I don't really want to hear about the dumb shit you're doing, son. Get out of here.
We would be sneaking cigarettes around and stuff. And there was one day his mom looked at his pocket. She sees the box and she's like, "What's that in your pocket?" He goes, "Nothing." Nothing after that. No questions
Yo,
asked.
he probably got smacked when you left though.
I don't think anything ever came of that.
Yeah.
I would every time I would walk in the house and I had cigarettes on me, I would take the pack and I would put it down in my boxers and then like hightail it to my room and hope they don't fall out.
That's
Like
good.
I would put it in the waistline, but then there were times where it would definitely like pop out of the waistline either up or
Yeah.
down. And I was like, I'm fucking hosed if this falls out.
Yeah.
They found them. I had to eat cigarettes. I
Yeah.
had to eat the last 4 in my pack.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
That's rough.
That was the
Probably
worst
not
shit.
good for your stomach either.
I quit smoking for 3 weeks.
What then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely wouldn't want to eat a cigarette. Yo, speaking of injuring sisters, one time I injured my sister. It wasn't on purpose. I guess yours wasn't either. You weren't like.
It wasn't super intentional.
It was like an offensive foul. We were.
You would call it manslaughter if I killed her.
Yeah. 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 We were playing basketball and it was like asphalt, and I just fouled her hard. I just drove to the hoop, dude. I was like, she ain't gonna stop me. And she like fell back and her hand hit the asphalt and like cut it, and there was like a bunch of gravel in her
Oh
fucking
my
palm.
God.
And I was like, shit, I was balling too hard. I shouldn't have done that. I was like, fuck. I felt pretty fucking stupid for that.
I was an asshole kid all the time.
Yeah.
We would do all kinds of really asshole things.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot more things that I should have got arrested for that I didn't. I feel I learned in a DUI class that 80 you'll drink and drive 80% of the time and not get caught or something like that.
80% of people who drink and drive don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
Yeah.
And it's still like a staggering number of people who do.
Yeah.
And like they say you'll drive 800 times drunk before you ever get caught or something like that.
Damn.
So like I didn't max out or nothing.
Yeah. So
I
I've
definitely-
got 700 left.
Bro,
No,
I was
just kidding.
super sloppy with crime. Any crime I got into, I'm like real crime, I got immediately fucking hosed on it, dude. I
That's why they're there. They're hosing the
That's-
people doing crimes.
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah, I guess so. I don't. Oh man, I was the worst criminal though. I always fucking got caught.
Yeah.
And even when I would, bro, I was presented. I got expelled in high school. When I was 14, I brought a pocket knife into school.
Oh yeah.
And some other kid brought a pocket knife too, and he was like showing it at the lunch table and stuff. And I was like, I got my pocket knife too. And so some other kid went and told his parents the next day.
That I saw you.
Yeah, saw the two of us. They called us both in the office. This other kid had their knife on them still, and they caught him whatever with it. And then they called me in the office. I didn't have mine on me. I actually lost it that next night after school. And they were like, "So we heard you were showing knives at the lunch table," and I was like, "Yeah, I was." Why didn't I fucking lie?
Did the other
Why
kid get
didn't I
expelled too?
lie?
You got the same punishment?
I told the truth, so they actually didn't expel me for the whole year.
Oh.
I came back. It was in the beginning of the first semester of freshman year,
Huh.
and they expelled me until the second semester came up.
And the other kid got expelled longer?
The whole year because she tried to. Yeah, it was a girl. Yeah, she tried to cover it up.
Mm-hmm. Rookie move, dude. Tell
I
the
think
truth. Not when
they-
you're holding it. You
they
know?
were like, "Yo, let us see your purse," and she was like, "I think I got a lighter in there. Hold on." And like I think she was just like, "What are you gonna do? You're still in the room."
Yeah. Also, what? Don't admit to a lighter. Now you're just doubling down. You're getting in more trouble.
Oh wait, I think I have a lighter in there. Let me grab that out of there so you don't see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, knives don't belong in school. Sure,
Yeah. That's good.
I'm pretty sure I had just worn the same jeans from the day before. Did that a lot.
Oh, yeah. I still do that. I wear jeans for fucking months, years even.
I
This is my 4th year on the spare jeans.
God damn. Most of the time, I'll like wear a pair of pants, and as long as I didn't work in them, they're still good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'll fold them back up and put them back in the fucking thing as long as there's nothing.
Not until they start to fucking stink. Doesn't matter, you know?
You got stinky jeans?
No, I don't know. I fucking can't smell anything because I broke my nose, so who knows? Maybe I smell
Really?
terrible, dude.
How did you break your nose?
I passed out, hit a door.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was the only time. I thought you had broken your nose before that.
Nah, it was just crooked and ugly before that. Now
Oh.
it's even worse. Double damage. No, I don't think my nose looks that crooked. I don't know. People would say that before I broke it. They'd be like,
I
they'd
didn't.
be like,
I
"Oh, you've
didn't
gotta-"
think that and notice that at all. But now that you're looking at look at me directly on, there's a slight skew.
Yeah, it does.
over-
It's definitely.
but it's not like
definitely now.
I wouldn't say like, yo, your nose looks like it got fucked up.
Yeah. His asymmetrical face, that ugly motherfucker.
Are
with
you
his
breathing
ace-
wrong? You got checked out and all that, right? Didn't it
Yeah.
happen in a hospital?
It was like a medical like place. Yeah. I forget where it was exactly though. But yeah, now it's a little harder to breathe through my nose, and like I think I'm more prone to like sinus infections and stuff like that.
Yeah. There was a buddy of mine that I work with. He got in a fight and he got his nose broken and never got it like corrected or fixed or anything.
Yeah.
And he's been saying that he's been having like a lot of trouble sleeping, and he can't like breathe right, and he
Yeah.
wakes up in the middle of the night because he can't breathe. And
It can do
like,
damage. He probably has a deviated septum.
well, that's what I told him because I had another guy that I worked with, and he had gotten his nose broken years before. I guess got it corrected, but not correctly.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a bunch of soft tissue started to build up in his
Yeah.
nose and up in this cavity, and he had to get like surgery done on that to get it broken, replaced, and then to dig all that tissue out that
Yeah.
had grown out.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you need to get that shit checked out now.
Yeah. Definitely should.
Because that only happened maybe 7-8 months ago, something like that.
Would you use a neti pot
Fuck yeah.
or whatever?
Fuck yeah.
Whatever those are.
I've never tried it.
I'm scared.
Are they
dude.
effective?
From what I hear. I mean, I've never tried it. I'm afraid to get my.
What do they
brain
do?
wet.
They just I know, right? Where does that shit go? Is it all I don't know, man. Does it come out your mouth? Aren't they all connected?
I think it comes out your other nostril.
Or
I
your
think
ears?
You dump it in.
I've used one
Yeah.
a few times. So you tilt your head sideways and you pour it in one nostril, and as long as you're positioned correctly, it comes out the other nostril. If you're not, it goes down your throat.
Yeah.
And you probably gag because you
Yeah.
got a little mucus now.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, and you stop doing it, and then you fix the way your head is positioned, and then you start doing it right.
Stop.
I would-
It's a really weird sort of feeling because you're breathing through your mouth while liquid is pouring through your nose.
How far up do you feel it go? Like how?
I mean, when you're doing it right, you really just feel like you must feel like you're underwater, but only in your nose. It's really kind of strange. But you know when you're underwater and you're like you're just holding your breath and there's like pressure on your
Yeah.
nose.
We should just order some neti pots and shit and just do it on the
I'm
show.
so afraid, dude.
Try that shit out.
Yo,
You're gonna get water in your brain, man. It's fine. You ever heard of that?
I don't want a wet brain.
Water on the mind.
No.
I've heard that before. Can you look up what water on the mind is exactly? Somebody told me about that, and then at one point in my life, I think it was just because I never drank water as a child. But when I would walk, I would hear this clicking like in my skull, and I thought that it was like water sloshing back and forth, and I thought I had water on the mind or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Also called water in the brain, is a condition where there is an abnormal buildup of fluid. I'm not fucking reading that word. In the
Cerebrospinal.
it's just I could have read that if I had actually tried. In the cavities, ventricles. Is that what that says? I can't read it from here. Of the brain, the buildup is often caused by an obstruction that prevents proper fluid drainage. So I thought that there was like water in my brain, but I'm pretty sure it was my brain sticking to the inside of my skull and then coming back down off of being stuck there.
Huh.
That's my theory. That I was just so dehydrated that my brain was just shrinking, and there wasn't enough fluid in there. It was just sticking to my skull.
Maybe.
Drink water, everybody, for real.
Yeah, you
It's
should.
so good for you.
Yeah, definitely stay hydrated. Yo, I'm like really well hydrated during the week, and then during the weekend, I like don't drink any fucking water.
Most of the time that I have time off, I don't drink. I don't drink a lot of water, but
Because I keep a water bottle at work, and I'm always drinking it there. But
I'll like binge water when I'm at home. I'll drink a full cup in like 30 seconds,
yeah,
and then just be done
Yeah.
for the day. And then I feel super high, dehydrated by the middle of the day. And I'm like, oh, drink all that water.
yo, sometimes I'll eat like fruit. Like sometimes I'll get like the mixed fruit like thing. You know what I mean? Like cut up, and I'll just like eat a bunch of mixed fruit, and then like I feel like I feel more hydrated than ever. I feel like I can like feel it on my face. You know what I mean? I feel like my face is like starting to like have condensation on it or something. I'm like, I'm finally so hydrated. Like I feel alive again.
Are there ways to get more hydrated than just water? Like you can eat and drink things that retain more water and they keep you more hydrated?
Probably.
I wonder if I ate a lot of bread and then drank a lot of water, if it would just like kind of camel hunt me for the day.
Camel hump. Yeah, you think you'd get stored in the bread? Maybe. I don't know. There's also probably some kind of like additive or some bullshit that you could add to water to make it like retain in your body better somehow. This is complete conjecture bullshit from my part, and it would probably also be.
Can you look up a video of Bear Grylls opening a camel hump?
Opening a camel hump?
Yeah, I want to see what's inside. I'm pretty sure I saw an episode of Man vs. Wild where Bear Grylls finds a dead camel, and he like opens up the hump and squeezes the water out. I've definitely seen him open up a dead animal and squeeze their shit for water. Yes. What is that?
Yeah, they-
oh,
It's inside a camel dubstep.
dubstep. Is that all he's doing? Is getting inside the camel?
Yo, you know that they killed that camel. That wasn't a fucking bear that killed that camel. They were like,
Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls, the guy.
they're talking about. So bear kills that camel.
No, I think he just happens upon it dead. Out
Yeah,
in the
the production crew killed that camel.
come on,
And then they
you
were
can
like-
find a dead camel.
Bear Grylls was like,
You don't think we're ever
Bear Grylls was
whatever-
like, see that camel? Kill it. I'm gonna fucking squeeze its guts on TV.
bro?
No,
in whatever third world like desert country he was in, there's plenty of dead camels. I'm sure.
his own pee.
I'm pretty sure he's. I also would like to see the one where he squeezes shit into his mouth in the desert. That's pretty great.
He squeezes shit into his mouth.
Yeah, because there's water in the shit, and he's like, oh, it's they don't really break down their food all that well, so there's a lot of water that gets retained in with their poop. So yeah, he squeezes like some like cow shit or whatever,
That's
and
disgusting.
drinks the water.
That's disgusting.
Yeah,
You've got to be able to get sick like that.
There was another one I saw him like cut the head off a snake and then like empty its body out, and then he pisses inside of it and then uses it as a water bladder to drink from.
He pisses inside of it
inside of a dead snake skin.
to
And-
clean it out, or
No, to
drink
to
from?
drink later.
To drink the pee.
Yeah.
Yo,
He uses it like a camelback, you know, just
that's crazy.
like a Go-Gurt but with piss.
That is crazy, dude.
He's a madman.
He is a madman. Don't people get mad at him too for killing these animals? I've heard that he like gets in trouble for like killing like.
Sure, because
like
he doesn't really need to, but he's doing a show where he's teaching you about survival, so it's like one hand washes the other, right?
yeah.
I mean, if one thing has to die for Bear Grylls to teach a bunch of other people to survive and potentially kill more animals, you know?
Yeah, but like how many times does that actually save a life?
Never.
And also exactly.
None of those people are going to retain any of that useful information, if any of it is actually useful.
Yeah, and then also like it's still like a money making scheme. Like they're on the schedule. Like, oh, what are we gonna do this week? Like,
Yeah.
oh, I guess we'll kill another fucking animal.
Yeah, I guess that's why they don't call it Bear Grylls goes around the world and kills animals. They call
Yeah.
it Man versus Wild.
Yeah,
It's more like you see he's overcoming the elements.
yeah.
He's
Still
it's
pretty-
a battle.
confrontational to put verses right in there.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm not. They're not saying, "Here we are. We're just dropping him. He's just out here killing animals." They're like,
Yeah.
he's
Man.
versing the wild.
Versus the sanctity of nature.
You ever that fucking guy that tried to get eaten by the python? You remember that?
Tried to get eaten.
Yeah, he was trying to get swallowed by a snake in a swallow death proof swallow suit.
Oh,
He was actually trying to get like a anaconda or something to consume him.
and then bust out the other side.
I don't know what the fuck his plan was once he was inside the suit. But it really just ended with like the snake biting the suit and wrapping him up real bad, and then they had to call it a day. It was
Oh.
super anticlimactic. They did a whole it was like an hour-long Animal Planet documentary or some shit. Like this guy trying to design this suit so he could get eaten by a python, and then they unleash this python on him. It like bites him on the leg and then starts wrapping him up, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa!" He looks like the Michelin Man. Like there's no way the snake was gonna swallow him in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, it's getting hot, and I can't really move. I'm freaking out. Help me."
He didn't account for the snake wrapping him up.
Yeah, in some way, shape, or form, he thought that like it was just gonna be easy to get swallowed by a snake. Like, no, it's a horrifying ordeal getting swallowed by a snake. I bet it would like cause anybody to freak out. Why didn't you account for that?
That sounds so dumb, dude. I can't believe they made.
They should have just given him a shit ton of Xanax before. He's just like, yeah, I mean the snake's eating me, but like I'm like half asleep anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't think that would have worked either.
I'd rather get eaten by something like a crocodile. I don't think a crocodile could fit you either.
He'd take a couple chomps out of you.
Yeah, they're like snappy,
Yeah.
but he had the suit on, you know. I would wear a alligator proof suit for crocodile. Crocodiles are probably the only ones that could like eat a whole human
I don't know.
in a bite.
I don't think they could. I think they'd have to chomp.
Chomp. That's why they do that spin move. The death
knock
roll.
'em out. Yeah.
They they twist pieces of you off.
Oh, well, yeah. That,
They bite like a small part of you and then
yeah.
make you bite size.
They do it to each other, too. I've seen them tear off their
I've
their
seen that
limbs
too.
and
That's
shit.
fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Imagine if that's what human life was like. People should be more afraid of humans. Should be more
If we were
murderers.
tearing off each other's
Yeah,
arms
yeah.
just in the streets. Like, I'm like, the way you looked at me.
I don't think we'd have streets if we were still tearing each other's arms off.
Yeah, true. We'd have some dirt paths and shit.
Yeah. And I feel like most of the dirt paths would be pretty bloody.
Yeah. You'd stay in at night for sure.
I think
There would not be nightclubs.
Wish there was vampires and shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Trying to live forever, dude?
No. I don't want to be a vampire. I just wish there were.
You want to hunt vampires?
That'd be pretty fucking tight, but I'm not skilled or coordinated enough to do
Yeah.
any of that.
Yeah. Oh, a vampire would best me for sure.
Oh yeah, and then they've got like vampire seduction. I'd be a thrall in a day, dude. I would
Yeah.
literally just be a fucking stooge for these vampires.
If they deemed you worthy, dude.
They're gonna deem me worthy.
I don't know.
I'll sell some, bro. I was gonna sell the entire planet to aliens. I'll sell out a few of my human buddies to fucking, not like you guys. I don't know any vampires or anything.
I'm starting to get a little suspicious of you, Matt.
I'm just saying, if I wanted to lull you guys into this false sense of security, starting a podcast wasn't a bad idea. One of these days, you guys are just gonna get here 9 a.m. sharp, and then there's gonna be a vampire just like up in there.
They're gonna feed on us.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
why you're fattening me up.
I'm sorry
Um,
in advance.
don't be. It's all good.
Would you live forever if the vampires gave you a choice and you have to feed on people and stuff? I feel like you'd be morally objected to that.
That's not why I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to live forever because that shit would probably get depressing.
Yeah,
I'd
that'd be whack.
Like, I think it'd be cool to be a vampire for a little while. I'd probably eat some motherfuckers. Nah, you know what? I'd be a vegetarian probably. I'd be like sucking on cows and shit and crying about it probably.
From all
I'd be a
the
total pussy vampire, dude. I wouldn't be able to do it.
from all like the vampire things that I've seen, like you pretty much as soon as you become a vampire, like the evil takes over you,
Yeah.
and you don't give a fuck about humans or anything.
Word.
But
Yeah.
then
I'd
you've
probably,
got
I'd probably be killing people. There's probably enough evil inside me to
yeah.
to let out and like
Oh, probably
suck
yeah.
some people.
You seem like a guy who bottles his evil,
Yeah.
tries to keep it under wraps. It's
Yeah,
fine.
It's gonna blow up someday.
You're just gonna turn into a vampire on your own.
Oh, I hope I do, dude. That'd be sick.
But-
I'm the master vampire.
Then there's hell yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's like universes like Buffy the Vampire Slayer where you can give vampire its soul back like Angel,
Oh yeah.
and then he feels compassion and shit.
Right. Right.
And there was even an episode where he gets his soul back for like a month or so, and his other vampire buddies start giving him shit. They're like, "Yo, we noticed that you just eating rats and shit.
Yeah.
What is your deal? Because
Yeah.
you used to kill, man. We used to like the way you kill, and you don't kill no more, man."
yeah. Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I got a soul. This is terrible." But his soul goes away if he has sex or feeds on an innocent person. So there's like another arc where he fucking him and Buffy fuck
Nice.
and he loses his soul. There's literally a scene where I think she's like on top of him and he's like, yeah. It's so ridiculous.
that sounds awesome.
And
dude.
then he's just evil.
I think that would be the way to win a vampire's good graces, though, is by selling out
Yeah.
a fellow man.
Oh,
I think
fuck
that's
yeah.
a good plan if you want to be a vampire, not just like a food, you know.
I started watching this other one on Netflix called Van Helsing,
Oh yeah.
and it's this
A show or the
yeah,
movie?
the show.
Show?
It's on Sci-Fi. I think they just finished the 3rd season.
Oh damn.
But that one's pretty good. That one's actually pretty interesting. But those vampires are pretty manipulative to the humans.
Yeah.
Like they're like, "Yo, sell this out, sell that," because they enslaved them. Like
Right.
the super volcano exploded and blotted out the sun.
Oh.
So now they can just walk around willy nilly.
Oh.
And so
damn.
they've got like human farms and shit, and they're like, "Yo, if you tell us about this rebellion and whatnot that might be going on, like, we'll set you up." They give her like apples and shit. It's pretty dope.
That sounds dope.
It's
dude.
pretty dope.
I like that premise. That
I thought it was
sun
pretty cool
gets
too.
blocked out by natural disaster.
So you guys are bringing up a few good points about why you don't want to be vampires.
Uh-huh.
You don't. Maybe you don't want to feed on people.
Yeah.
Or you don't want
I like being in the sun
you
too.
like being in the sun. Yeah. But like, I really like garlic bread.
Word,
Oh,
bro. Oh
Like,
shit.
Not ready to
Oh,
give up
underrated-
garlic.
Fuck, bro.
That's an underrated reason not to be a vampire.
Yeah, that should be everyone's number one
For
reason.
real. Yo,
'Cause,
my
like-
mom used to work at a grocery store, and this lady used to come in all the time and buy cloves of garlic, and then she would open up her purse at the register, throw out old cloves of garlic that she had in her purse, and put her new ones in there. She looks my mom in the eyes and she goes, "I'm afraid of vampires. That's why I keep this in here." I was but you know what? Better safe than fucking sorry.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Somehow I doubt that she's got a steak in there, but if garlic's enough, dude. But yeah, I totally agree.
I'd rather just eat a ton of garlic all the time
I
than
wouldn't-
carry. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just get like garlic ass pizza and shit. So
Like you either become a vampire forever, or for the rest of your life, the only snack you can have in between meals is go whole garlic cloves.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'd
Clove
do
a
that.
day.
Oh my God, keeps the vampires away,
Yeah,
baby.
Keep the vamps away.
Do you think if you just eat enough garlic, you'll just taste like garlic and they won't want to even
Probably.
fucking... Bro, that'd be the best way to like you
Your
could
semen
still
would probably taste terrible.
you could
too.
still sell out the humans, but you'd completely avoid like any like wayward or new vampires that like can't control themselves around humans. Like
Yeah.
you just eat a shit ton of garlic. Damn, dog. The vampire life is the life for me.
Honestly, you could probably get away with just like breaking open a clove of garlic and rubbing that shit on.
Yeah, just
let's say they have to bite you in the neck.
yeah.
Whatever universe that requires.
yeah.
Right? You just rub it on your neck and
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, never mind.
Damn.
Shit. Oh, the Van Helsing show has a really interesting.
Can they see themselves in mirrors in the Van Helsing show?
I don't know. I don't know that they've really had
Addressed that.
very many mirrors.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is actually
That'd be a pain in the ass
I can't remember if that's
to
been in
keep
there.
your eye out for as like editors too. You know what I mean? Anytime
Yeah.
there's supposed to be a reflection, like on like if the character's walking past the window of a car or
You ever
something,
notice how like good-looking vampires always are? It's
Yeah.
like
they
you
gotta be hot. Yeah,
become a vampire, you get hotter,
you get sexy.
but then they can't see themselves in a mirror. So like, what? How do they do it? How do you do it? Do they have a stylist? Do you get a stylist as soon as you become a vampire?
Well, no, you get natural eyeliner. That's just how that shit works.
Oh,
Like your face gets younger, especially when you feed on people, and their blood makes you look good. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You
Oh,
stay
hell yeah.
young. It keeps your skin healthy.
yeah, fuck yeah.
That
That Van Helsing show has an interesting angle to it where if somebody is a vampire and they feed on the Van Helsing person, they become human again. They like they like convulse and throw up and then they're human.
interesting.
It's pretty
Yo,
cool.
do you think that's why vampires like such a big thing is like how they get hot and like seduction is a part? You know how vampires are like billed as sexy, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's some kind of sexy shit with vampires. Is it because they can't see themselves in a mirror and like they yearn for like that sort of validation, you know what I mean? They're like
man.
they're like I need someone to look at me. You think that's why vampires always are getting sexy?
Yeah, you're probably right. They have
Huh.
some sort of like insecurity because they can't see themselves.
Yeah.
And they're like walking around to their vampire friends like, yo, make me sexy looking real quick so I can go out
Yeah,
and meet these
yeah,
people.
yeah. How do I look? How do I look?
Oh, man.
They're like, your face is very angular. You're very pale. You're beautiful. Get out there. Kill him. Slay. You're going to slay.
I think the three of us would make some pretty decent looking vampires.
Yeah,
man. You know,
yeah.
put us in a nice 3-piece suit like they all wear or
Oh,
whatever.
hell yeah.
I would go around and because
I'd
vampires,
be a vampire just to dress nice for sure.
some vampires can fly in certain universes.
Yeah.
I'd be into that too.
Sometimes you have to turn into a bat, though, or some shit.
Yeah, and then other ones they get like superhuman strength and speed and they can't fly.
Yeah.
That's more like the Buffy one.
Yo, I'd rather be a werewolf.
Really?
Because then I'd fucking kill, like, my wives and shit.
Yeah, I
I'd
feel like
fucking
there's
eat all my
no
wives.
control
Yeah,
over it.
yeah.
You could map the moon and just be in a cage, but I feel like that leaves a lot of room for error.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you're a fucking werewolf. It had to be a pretty substantial cage.
I'd have to live in the wild wilderness, like, completely alone.
Completely
you know?
away from all humans.
And I'd be killing hikers and shit.
You know how
That
far,
doesn't sound good.
You know how far a wolf can walk in one? Can you look that up? How far can a wolf walk in one day? I think it's over 100 miles. So, like, I mean, you
I
could be
think-
deep in anywhere. You'll find civilization somewhere.
Yeah.
If your whole, I feel like your whole buy of being a werewolf is that you eat people, right? 35 miles. What?
Travel 10 to 30 miles each day.
Oh, okay. But they could,
But that's like a regular ass wolf. If I was a werewolf,
yeah.
I'd be fucking probably hitting 60 miles in a night. You know?
Yeah. You just, I feel like if they have a reason to go any farther than that, then they will.
The reason I was
That's 10 to 30 in a day just on a regular ass day.
trying to true that. The reason I was trying to choose werewolf over vampire is because the life eternal bullshit. I feel like you shouldn't live forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are werewolves not eternal?
I don't think so. I think they're just dudes. Because you can.
You check that out real quick.
I mean, there's different rules.
I
always.
know that there's different rules, but I feel like there's an umbrella.
Like I think to kill the werewolf, you have to have silver. Oh, werewolves are immortal. This
werewolves
says.
are immortal. I think that's like what Van Helsing.
The underworld universe.
Oh, okay. And I think like the general Van Helsing understanding is that he's like a werewolf, and like they're obviously enemies, and I think that's why Van Helsing is immortal enemies with Dracula.
So that's bullshit. Yeah, I'd definitely rather be a vampire.
Yeah,
Sure.
I like control.
Yeah,
I like control over what I'm doing, at least mildly. I think the bloodlust is a little uncontrollable, but
So vampires shouldn't be able to withstand moonlight either, right?
nah.
Because
nah,
moonlight
don't work like that.
moonlight is sunlight though reflected off the moon, right?
For whatever reason,
So shouldn't vampires not
be able to go out
withstand
anywhere.
moonlight or starlight? Or is it's just they can withstand like a low intensity, I guess.
I think I think once you know
probably
how
hurts a little bit.
Superman's people aren't powerful unless they're close to a yellow sun.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's probably kind of like that,
Hmm.
but the inverse.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It probably hurts a little bit to be outside on the night of a full moon as a vampire.
Yeah,
It's probably like, you know,
but then you kill. You know, I feel like there's
maybe that's why they dress so fancy in like full suits and stuff.
Oh yeah, and they're
Yeah.
cold all the time.
Yeah.
They don't feel heat or anything, so like they could
Oh.
you could just run.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're a corpse as a vampire, so that's probably why people get.
You probably smell terrible, dude.
But I feel like you're more like a preserved corpse. It's like you don't you're an ageless corpse as long as you keep feeding. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. You
Do you think
preserve
they
yourself with
feed
blood.
to get closer to being human again? Like their body wants to be human. This is all conjecture. Vampires aren't fucking real.
This is straight up bullshit we're talking
Yes,
about, by the way.
yeah.
It just doesn't matter.
In case you were curious if vampires are real, they're not.
Yo, I hope you get bit by a vampire tonight, dude.
However, kick out all the midgets in the pants.
Yeah, don't do that either.
What time we got? You guys want to wrap her up here?
Yeah, we
I
can
think
wrap
we've
it
had
up.
a
We
nice,
can wrap it up.
dangerous adventure.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, it's been real. We love you. We'll see you next Sunday.
Yeah.
Peace and
Bellissimo.
bye.